Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Remember a couple of weeks ago, you came in and a certain scent followed you with the stinky skunk.
Oh, no, wait. No, there's no skunk. What?
Today?
Yeah?
You smell delicious.
Oh.
Get over here. Let's have a hug.
How you doing?
You smell great.
God, you scared?
No, great,
Scared
Chris.
the heck out of me, man.
Like, really good. It was a good waft. Like, you went by and it was like not the uncomfortable amount, but like the right. You got it.
Well, that's nice to hear because honestly, my favorite cologne is always soap and shampoo.
There's something else here today.
But no, it's
Hi, Pappy.
it's the the Johnny Depp one, the one that he's in the commercials for. That
the
my
dramatic
sister
one,
got me. Yeah, where it's all like what's it called, Sauvage or whatever the hell.
It's not about smell.
Right?
It's about a lifestyle.
Oh my God, I forgot. God, there's so
Doesn't
many.
he have a different scent?
Cocaine and pain, but that's not. Yeah,
and yeah.
But I'm always I always think that when I smell somebody, there was somebody yesterday at Media Day that fits this bill. When I smell somebody that smells strongly of cologne, I'm always think they're hiding something.
Yeah, no, this isn't strong.
What do you hide? I do just I do a on my wrists and rub them together, and then one on my, and that's it. And I would never. Please promise me if I ever am wearing cologne it's overpowering, you'd be like, hey, wow, there's a
just
guy.
walked by, and I'm like,
that's good. Yes.
Yeah, we usually save that till when you walk outside.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jesus.
You smell Dave? Oh my God.
I forgot
see you later.
of all the things at the McCartney concert Friday, the weirdest one, I forget the song he sang. It was a slower song, and he has these two screens to the left and right of him. Paul McCartney does on the stage. And I can't make this up. On each screen, on the left screen in full, it's shot in like this black and white sepia style. On the left screen, in full Western gear, I don't even know how to describe it, like looking like he's from the 1800s, is Johnny Depp. On the right screen is Natalie Portman, and they're sign languaging the song.
Cool.
And then at the end, there's like a acoustic. It's a soft song, acoustic guitar out, and Natalie Portman just keeps kind of like forlornly staring at the screen, all emotional, like she looks like she's in a cologne commercial. While Johnny Depp picks up a guitar and just starts playing along at the end, and then it goes away. And I'm like, what?
What was
Someone
that?
slipped something in your drink?
Right. Like, I did not expect to see Johnny Depp and Natalie Portman signing a song and then Johnny guitaring it out. Anyways, that was
My Valentine.
Well, it was thank you. Yes, that's exactly right. It was the ode to his new wife who was there. And then I found out last night, my daughter sent this to me, Adam Levine and Maroon 5 and his 3 kids were there. Don Johnson was there.
The Don Johnson?
The Don Johnson. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker was there. I didn't see any of these people.
It's crazy. Like, I'm like, man, I'm at Oasis and Leonardo DiCaprio's here and Paul McCartney's here. This is crazy.
And I'm like, hey, Don Johnson was there. Whoa.
Miami Vice.
Right? Tin Cup.
Great. I can't even say anything bad about that.
Yeah, no. Why are we not? Am I in the wrong StreamYard here? Why are we not? I can't find our show. Are we up? Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. New rule for Media Day. Well, I guess number one is get there earlier. Number two.
We were fine.
Where are we?
You and I weren't?
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
I thought you were talking to us.
No. But thank you to Chris, Jose, Chris Watkins. Well, I saw Frankie. I don't think did he do anything? He was just Frankie, right? But
he didn't eat anybody's pizza, so that's good.
Great point. Thanks to everybody out there for making Media Day so good.
Mental note on that, by the way, because there was Pizzagate from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Easy with that word.
Oh, no, because he's talking about like the other Pizzagate,
the bad
conspiracy theory thing about, you know. Okay. Anyways, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're, Frankie. We call it Pizza Gate because he ate all the pizza,
which wasn't his.
Which was not his.
He didn't eat all the pizza.
Well, he ate
almost all the pizza and then gave it away.
Yeah, after it was left for you and I think, because Katie Christensen
was.
That was from
because
NBC
she won
Sports.
it in a contest or something.
But anyway, mental note on that is we were there for a couple hours, had a great time. I think next year I'm going to bring food,
dude,
for the group.
That's so weird you say that.
Well, this time I brought waters just because last time.
You?
Yeah,
thank you.
I remember just being like, "Oh my God, there's no water
Oh.
anywhere. What am I supposed to do?"
Thank you. That was
So
yeah.
you bring the waters, I'll bring the food.
I was thinking about.
Where's the food, dude?
I think this was me and Keith. It might have been me, Deuce, and Mo. It was a Super Bowl. Have you and I done a Radio Row before together?
Not
Super
with
Bowl?
the show. No, we were there,
Okay.
but not the same. We were in different shows.
So I had seen at Radio Row, I saw another radio station do this one year, and it was brilliant. And basically what it was is somebody must either gone to a store there or packed a bag. You could tell. They went to like a Sam's Club, and they got like a bunch of there was like a box of individual trail mix, a box of some individual like Skittles, different candies, protein bars, whatever. And so what they did is they had a little bucket, little wicker basket, and it was filled with, and then they had all these like waters lined up and all that. And dude, I'm telling you, it landed them a bunch of interviews.
Sure.
Now we don't need, they bring everybody over to us,
Right.
but it'd be nice to be like, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
as a lovely parting gift, and then we can obviously snack off of it too. So I was thinking about that yesterday too. I'm with you. There was no food.
No.
And so by the time and then I got home, I was traveling last week. I ate way too much crap, so I've honestly been trying to mix vegetables in this week, and I didn't feel like eating anything, and I was in that weird slot where Mason was going to come home and we were going to eat early because Melissa was gone, and so it was like 3 something when I got home, and so I couldn't I didn't want to do a meal, so all that was left over I go home, the only thing in the fridge that I felt like eating that was left over was a Tupperware container of shishito peppers. And so I just sat there snacking on them. Like, you ever have shishito peppers?
No.
Oh man,
They make you shishito.
They're awesome. You can get them at the store, usually in the produce section. They're these green, kind of 2-inch, 3-inch long peppers, depending on. And all you do,
If they're cold or not.
yeah, exactly. Hi. And you scald them. You cook them at high heat in a pan, just enough to kind of scald them, and they pop, they reduce, and then you throw in some soy sauce, or I do soy sauce and sesame oil, and just kind of toss them, and you just eat them like chips. They're great because shishito peppers have absolutely no spice to them whatsoever. They just have a really good flavor.
Nice.
About 1 out of every 15 is incredibly hot. It's like eating a jalapeno. And
Surprise.
it's amazing because if you read about them, like there's literally like experts, botanists. There's no way to tell.
Oh, wow.
There's no way, no markings, nothing to tell which one's the spicy one.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, so you're just sitting there, and then it's like you bit into a jalapeno. It's like, oh, hi. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
New rule about Media Day as well. And good morning, everybody.
Good
Hello,
morning.
chat. Shout out to Peg, who starts out with nice catch, Blanco Nino. That's always going to get me to laugh. New rule.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
About Media Day as well is, so, for example, we have the table. You and I are sitting. By the way, we have a ton of media content
we'll
for you.
see it over the next couple days.
So you and I are sitting behind the table, as you guys will see in the videos. And then whoever the player is sits in between you and I. Mm-hmm. So we can get what we call a one shot. On the other side of the table near the equipment, engineering the whole thing is Chris. Chris is not allowed to be in my eye line at all during Media Day. He can't. It can't happen, dude.
It was just the one.
It was this close. No, who was it?
It was Doug. Yeah.
Doug, I don't even remember what it was.
Oh, I missed all
Doug
this.
said something. And I That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
And
we shared a look.
Instinctively. It's always, anytime anything happens on this show.
That's like innuendo.
That is, there's two things Chris is really, really good / bad for with this. If there's anything that has any form of innuendo whatsoever, or anything that's approaching any sort of like offensive area, Chris will do the eyebrow, or the look. And then I'm just like, and half the time I didn't catch it, so I'm like, oh God, was it funny or was it?
Did I say it?
Was it funny or offensive? I don't know. And then I'm thinking about it. So, anyways, the funny thing is that if it was going to be anyone,
well, that was a fun interview anyway.
It was. But with Doug, that actually would have been funny because we probably could have called him out on it.
Yeah.
Pause.
Because then he would have been.
Yeah. Then
he would have came after me, not after
100%.
you.
And I'd like to high five myself for my discipline yesterday. Later on in the program, 7:28, we're going to play our sit down with Zach LaVine. I think you share I really enjoyed that.
I did too.
That was very, very enjoyable. That was a fun interview.
It was my favorite one of the.
Totally.
It was?
I saw the pictures that went out, and it's funny. I saw a couple of comments. It's just, you take a snapshot at any time, and it can look a certain way, but a lot of the comments were, Zach looks real happy to be there. I don't know. It was like, we're looking at him, and Zach's just kind of, like looking out at it. It looked from the picture like Zach was bored or disinterested, which could not have been.
Yeah, they'll have to hear the interview because I didn't take it that way even remotely.
He was incredibly engaging, and honestly, we could have. As a matter of fact, we got scolded by Chris during the interview.
Yes, we did.
Because and you'll hear this, look, during our interviews.
He kind of ran the interview.
He literally said at one point, I'll set up the basketball questions.
Yeah.
And look, this is my, I think, 19th or 20th media day. You're obviously a little more than that. We've done this rodeo a few times. And one thing that I have found through the years, here's the thing with Media Day, and we talked about it yesterday. We made fun of it. As a matter of fact, we mentioned it was Zach LaVine, a Media Day bingo.
Yeah.
And this is no offense to any of these media members who are doing a wonderful job, but Sean Cunningham, James Ham, Jason Anderson, you're going to get all that coverage of, I'm really happy this year and working out. Don't get me wrong. We talk basketball in every one of the interviews, but for example, with Zach, we got off to a roaring start because he brought up his love of golf. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, we're talking about the Ryder Cup. Then we're just talking about golf in general. And then at one point, I didn't even realize this in the moment, but I actually said he made too much money. Did you catch that?
I definitely
I did.
I think I even said, he makes too much money. Yeah.
Which I didn't.
Because I think he even corrected
he totally did. He's like, I don't think I make enough money.
Yeah.
But we try to get to the personal or fun. I promise you, Zach had more fun talking about golf yesterday than any other topic in any other interview. And it had nothing to do with us.
We each, in the interview, unbeknownst that it would even happen, got separate, hey, nice fist bump to
bounce.
You. And then I said something. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey.
Very engaging.
Yeah.
I want to be his teammate.
Yeah.
Although he did kind of indirectly call me fat and out of shape. Did you catch that at the beginning?
Well, I think you had a challenge to him that I think brings up an interesting question whether or not you could defeat him in this certain activity.
Let's just say I wouldn't call it fireworks, but there was a little bit of.
We might have a future challenge
we
on
might
here.
have a little rivalry.
Yeah,
going. So yeah, Chris can't be in my eye line. That's not going to work.
You should have had the seat. I didn't. I mean, I saw Chris, but he wasn't in my eye line.
G-Man was there. Good to see him as always. Had a great talk with him. Katie, Mark Jones.
Yeah.
Always good to catch up with everybody. And Media Day is always a wonderful day because nobody is on a bad streak. Nobody's in a shooting slump. The team is not lost. And I will say this. Look, Media Day vibes, I wouldn't say they're pointless, but Media Day vibes are generally, but there were really good vibes yesterday.
There were great vibes.
Whatever that's worth.
So post Media Day, I was driving home, and I was starting to think about something that happened during Media Day. All good. Mm-hmm. So remember, and maybe it was more, and I'll wear this one if it's my fault, but I was thinking it was my credit instead of my fault.
Uh-huh.
Remember, we were on a heater. I think we had Doug to Sabonis.
Yes.
And I think to LaVine after already having Keegan.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here comes DeMar DeRozan.
Yes.
And the look that Alan Stiles gave was one that hit the heart.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm like, and I kind of leaned to you. I'm like, Dave, look, I think maybe we should. I mean, Alan's doing a live show. He's getting guest after guest. But I'm like, all right, we've had
Oh, yeah, most of the starting
Star
lineup.
Palooza.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we love DeMar. We talked to DeMar last year. I talked to DeMar at any time.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you think? Like, maybe should we have DeMar go to Allen?
Yeah.
Ironically, last year we stole DeMar from.
We did from who?
From Allen.
Yes, I think we did.
He probably remembers that too.
So I think you were agreeing. We agreed. Assist. Boom. We moved DeMar, and they had a great interview. So then show wraps up. I talked to Alan, how'd it go? Because now I'm thinking, well, hey, little hat tip for giving you DeMar.
How'd it go?
And he's like, boom, boom. But he's listed. I go, wait, he had like 10 people. And I went,
No, the one that got really screwed out there, always gets screwed, is Whitey.
Yeah, and then we're at the very end. We would have had to stay a little bit. We were there for a long time, but we could have stayed longer for Schroeder. And then Whitey kind of said, hey, is there any chance that, and Whitey, when he asked, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Right.
Come on, you guys.
Kind of embarrassing because he started crying.
Yeah, a little. There was a tear.
And he had the shotgun.
Right. Right. Yeah, he had from the commercial yesterday. Yes. But Chris, it wasn't crying. You know, like when old people have involuntary, like a tear come down in a wrinkle. It was kind of that. It was like we were talking about the dog with the yellow stuff in the eye. It was
sorry. So they ended up with, I think the last couple that were left were Schroeder, Clifford, and Carter.
Which
so
is great.
The afternoon show got that. Allen had like 8, 9, 10. We had 5. Yeah. So it was good.
One little note about the Allen thing though, because you had said like, hey, should we give Allen DeRozan? And Allen was right behind you and heard that. I just want to say for the record, I had to say, of course.
Oh, so you had.
What am I going to say? He was right. He was like half the way closer than Chris is right now behind you, and he heard you say it.
Know.
And then I'm like, it's like if I ask my wife if she needs help in the kitchen, and I don't really mean it, but she says, "Actually, could you?" I have to do it,
and you do the eye
set the table.
I did. Yeah.
You're like, hey, do you need help? Yes.
Yeah.
Why'd I ask?
Right. So that's fine though.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, the most important thing is everyone got
something.
Yeah.
Every year there's only, and you can't be whatever, but the only one, and good for him. The only one that I was upset about was Malik.
Yeah, that one he snuck in there. I didn't even see because I didn't even see when Allen got him.
You better.
Oh, that was very early on.
Yeah,
I want to say we just got set up.
Yeah,
we weren't set up.
No,
yet.
we weren't.
No,
we know.
We were 100% not set up at that point. But
almost.
We were close.
Yes, we were closing in.
Everybody had to put away their phones and laptops because we had begun the descent into landing.
Yes. All right. So now for the quick show post Media Day.
Post Malone.
I would like yours, mine, and Chris's percentage of concern that maybe setup wasn't going to be successful. At what point? What was the low point for you? Like, what percentage did you get?
But when I saw Malik go over to Allen, that was the low point.
Oh no! But I mean, when did you think? Like, we may not get
no
set up
right there.
Okay.
I was like, oh, Okay, and then
Because we talked about some alternatives, you and I.
yes, and I was at like 90% worried. And then at one point, I wasn't even looking at him, but I heard Chris on the phone say, "Okay, can we FaceTime?" And I was like, "Oh God!" And that shot it up to like 98%.
Yeah.
And that's when you and I, like, you got out your Zoom recorder because Malik was the first one we had to miss.
But other guys were out and about. It's like,
Yeah.
man, are we going to miss other people? But we didn't. It just, yeah. But it was getting a little concerning. How about you, Chris?
When I asked to FaceTime.
You were like, we don't know this cannot happen.
The problem with the setup is that if there's like something just a little bit off, you have to power down everything and unplug everything and then try and remember to plug everything back in and then power it back up.
Because I wasn't over there every second, but
Right.
that cycle happened at least twice.
Probably happened about 5 times.
Okay. So that's what I'm like, oh man, they're powering down again?
So since we're having a show meeting,
Sorry.
I would like to say the following, and I've already said it, but I'll say it again. Super appreciate everybody that was out
Absolutely.
there. Everybody kicked
They were
butt,
kicking it,
teamwork,
yeah.
did a great job, and we got wonderful content.
Yes, we did.
Is there anything preventing us next year in going through that entire setup maybe a couple hours before media day starts, where it's all set up, it's tested, if there's any issues?
Well, Chris was here.
Yeah,
I
he's on
know.
the show.
I know that.
Yeah.
But
Remember?
I would almost, I mean, honestly, because I'll bet you, I would
You want to
almost,
do the show from there next
I
year?
would almost rather do that. I'll bet you we could get somebody to open up at 6.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard to do that. And
We
then,
get some shots up.
yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh my God. That'd be great content. 100% we could. I could practice.
Well, then here's the thing.
Yeah.
If we do that next year,
Do.
then are we using the camera setup that we used
Today?
today,
Or yesterday?
And if we did do that, then we're talking about
What?
if we don't have it set up, then what are we doing?
You mean as far as the show goes?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
No, wouldn't we be in where Alan was?
Yeah.
Doing the live
Yeah,
show?
but then we would have to but if we had the video set up.
You're saying would we be using that to stream on YouTube
Yeah.
our show from 6 to 10? I'm saying I'm saying that would be great. I think what Chris is saying is that
If it didn't get set up.
if it didn't get set up, or in order to set that up and get it ready to go, that means somebody'd have to be out there at 5.
Oh, gotcha.
Which I'm saying, no, we could use our laptops and do it like a remote if we had to. I mean, either way would be fine. I'm saying I'm trying to make it sound like it's not me bitching on our behalf. I actually felt bad for Chris and Jose who
Yeah,
were
they were
scrambling.
frantically, yeah.
And would it be easier and better for them, or at least whomever, to be out there, or God forbid, right?
This is an off-air discussion.
or God forbid, I'm just saying, God forbid, have an engineer out there.
Yeah.
Why do I have an engineer out there? Off air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it was a success.
It was a wonderful success.
Yes.
I think like any team, you won the game,
Yep.
and then afterwards you go, what can we do better?
Absolutely.
What can we improve on?
I would say what the last few months has established is that our engineer Brian desperately needs a assistant.
I couldn't agree. No,
Which we've lost a staff member there.
I couldn't agree more. Here's the thing. It's a great radio bit throughout history for hosts to bitch about engineers. Me, you, we're the last people. Our engineering team is.
Yeah, if it was up to us.
What's great, like the amount of stuff that we're like, we don't want to bother you with this
Exactly.
because we know that you're doing so much.
We know how crazy slam they are. I go down there anytime there's an issue. Usually I wait about a month before I report it, and then I'm almost like, look, I'm sorry. This is not a big deal. Just it's always like apology because they're awesome. They really are. We're really lucky for that. Damn it. I really wanted to get to leading off today, too. I actually had made it a point to want to get to leading off.
I think you've done it twice in September.
Next month.
Wait, hold on.
Tomorrow's a new month.
March, April, May, June,
No, it's the last day.
Oh.
Tomorrow's a new month.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer.
That was the first clip. Does that count, leading off?
Sure. Can you tell I wasn't expecting us to get to leading off? Go to the second one real quick.
Because I was trying to wonder what that was for.
All right, here's the second one.
Oh, really?
That's yes. And
Oh.
So here's how it leading off cut number 2, and then baseball postseason starting tonight.
Now let everybody know what the first one was.
Hey, Kings are back. First practice today.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
I got Chris pants down. That is awesome. We'll take a break.
I guess you did it.
Hey, boom, last day. Let's go. Leading off
You're on the streak.
in the books. Today we have Zach LaVine, 728. Over the rest of the week, we're going to intersperse our visits, whether it's Zach, Domantas Sabonis. That'll be at 9 a.m. We talked to a ton of people. We'll mix in some of Alan and Whitey and Kyle's interviews as well. Make sure you get all the content. Don't forget, it's all on the station, YouTube, and social medias as well. Sean Salisbury.
Let's kick it.
At 8 a.m. or just after. Bob, Melvin gone. We got a lot to talk about. So, hey, sit back, relax, chat. Listeners, we got you covered till 10 a.m. right here on Sacktown Sports.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So my sandwich shop was opening in a week, and I needed signage.
A week is plenty of time to panic.
I went to Staples. They printed banners, posters, and flyers to promote my grand opening.
All in time for your grand closing.
Nope, I had it same day. I even got $125 off my order.
Hold the onions. For all your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. In-store and online, same day if ordered by 12 p.m. Into 11/1 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. It's a good show meeting during the break. And now we get to baseball. Then we get to Safer Out. And we get to... Oh, by the way, shout out Jason Ross.
Me?
Got up today. Coffee. Go downstairs. I'm flexing my fingers, getting ready to write my half of the show. Go in there. Show's all written out. With it...
I left you 3
You left me 3 from... Which we'll talk about later.
I'm sorry. If you're going to do a job, do it. As you said that, I just realized I brought donuts today, and I got to bring them in. Chris nearly scared me to drop them all this morning. But as you said that, you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I don't have the donuts.
So you wrote the rundown, most of it.
Yeah.
You brought donuts.
Yeah.
Are you leaving? Is something wrong?
No,
Am I leaving?
There's actually a theme to these donuts.
Yeah.
I think I brought donuts the first day Alan was gone, and there was no intent. And I got he likes glazed or whatever. I'm like, oh, let's bring some welcome back Alan donuts.
Oh. So we have to save some for him?
Yeah, maybe.
That would actually be funny if they were welcome back and it was just, we ate them in your honor.
Yeah, Alan, we got donuts, but someone's going to have to barf them all up because they ate them all.
Yeah,
I've never
Alan.
even heard of that.
And also, we know you're kind of a slow eater based on last week. So.
This is for second place.
Uh-huh. Do you want to get them during the break, or do you want me to just do Safer Out?
Do you want them now?
I'm saying I would do the entirety of Safer Out. Question 1, please.
Logan Webb was the NL leader in strikeouts and innings pitched. Safer Out. Webb will get an NL Cy Young with the Giants.
They got to get better. I don't. They got Devers. Hopefully Bryce Eldridge will be good.
Yeah.
There is a chance that this team could be, better than acceptable offensively next year. Because that's what it's going to take. He needs run support. You know what? It's a coin flip, and I'm going. My new thing this year, as I told you for King season, is optimism. I'm going for why not? Yeah, he'll get a Cy Young. Safe.
You okay?
It's because you said you have donuts, so I'm in a good mood now.
Man.
Yeah.
What's interesting, there's the logical thought of what you said makes sense. It's like they've got to get better. They got to win more games. That'll help them. Skeens is going to win it. They're not so I first thought that. I go, well, they're not a good team. He had an incredible season. Then I go, wait a minute. Skeens is in the National League.
Oh, that's a great point right there.
Skeens.
Skeens.
He may get skeened.
Yeah, he's going to get skeened quite a bit.
When he gets skeened?
And then what if Skeens gets traded to another National League team that has a team?
Then he'll get more skeened.
Yeah, then he's just going to get...
Skeened.
Yeah, he's going to lose it by the skein of his teeth. Yeah.
It was in his web.
He
lost it
by the skein of his teeth. Because his ERA wasn't low enough.
I'm not appalled by that.
It's a giant task for him.
Arg.
That
was a good joke all the way around for everyone.
That was well done.
Layers.
You know what? That's why we're number 1. That is why right there. Question 2, second base.
Safer Out. The odds-on favorite to get the Giants job should be Bruce Bochy.
The fact that it seems so automatic is starting to worry me. Yeah, he was just...
Now he's out.
He's out.
That's convenient.
And everyone is pretty much like, yeah, it's going to be Boch. And that is kind of worrying me. Like, well, maybe... So here's what I think. This is what it seems. It seems that Boch is the odds-on favorite. However, some people that I know and trust and respect around the team are like, don't be surprised if they have a process and they might go the complete opposite way and grab some up-and-coming super stud manager as well.
What's weird is, and I'm not mad at this. I mean, I think Boch is phenomenal. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats. He doesn't get put in that retread, right? Because he's beloved, right? He won 3 titles and another with the Rangers. But I mean, Padres, Giants, Rangers. I mean, that's kind of the term of it. But he's loved. Buster had his success with him, so the connections make sense.
It does.
But it might be time to do something else.
It'll be interesting. It's a good job to have. I mean, it's a job where you're going to have some ownership support, money wise.
Yeah,
they have some good players. This is just a little bit of a different team than Boch's teams were. Number 3,
Safe or out? Is it weird that the new hire will be the 3rd Giants manager since the A's hired Mark Kotsay?
So it is in the sense that the Giants have generally been better than the A's in all of Melvin's tenure, but also it's the A's and they don't really do anything and spend money and whatever. So it's like
they had Melvin a long time, and then it was Kotsay. And that's it.
No, it's and honestly, I think when they went on that horrific, I think if the A's were 98% of any other team in baseball, I think Kotsay would have been fired earlier this year. Yeah. And by the way, that's not blaming him.
Right.
I like Mark Kotsay. But that's what happens when that happens. And I think because of the A's, and they are the A's, there's kind of on autopilot there with that kind of stuff. Well, he'll figure it out or he won't. Either way, why are we going to spend more money? And you know what? Best record in a while this year for the A's.
Do you like him because he called you Carmichael Dave?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
Also, I liked him as a player.
I did too.
He was one of those guys that I just always kind of remembered.
Yeah.
I liked him. He seems a little bit like, I wouldn't say he's like the A's version of Gabe Kapler, but I do find some similarities between them, both incredibly handsome, bearded young men, but also player managers, guys that can mix it up that way as well. There's a Bochy type of manager, Melvin kind of manager, both ex-players, but then I feel like those guys are both a little bit younger, identify a little bit more. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, isn't it? I have this feeling, and I don't think I'm alone on this, that hopefully the A's stay here, but if they don't, and they're here 3 years, 4 years, and they go to Vegas. Are they just going to then completely go, all right, boom, here's new manager, boom, we're spending money. We want to be great in Las Vegas. It's like, why? But that's a very real possibility.
Yeah. It is a very real possibility that they just go to Vegas.
Spend.
And
even though that hasn't been in Mr. Fisher's DNA.
No. But you go to Vegas, and he's probably going to think just like Mark Davis. Oh, just watch the valuation skyrocket in flight.
Oh, there was a interview he had with the Las Vegas Journal.
Fisher?
Yeah.
What was this?
A couple days ago.
I didn't see it. What'd he say?
We are so happy to go to Vegas. We are prepared to make a great team in Las Vegas.
Watch people like Aaron Judge hit home runs. Did he say that again?
He didn't.
Oh, okay.
Hey, not for nothing, just because I just said it, and we got a couple minutes. Remember in Anchorman?
Yes.
When they were they randomly broke into Afternoon Delight.
Uh-huh.
I was never really sure if that was actually them or not singing. And
didn't
this happened.
Gonna grab some afternoon
this is Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell singing, Steve Carell.
It's right while waiting till the middle of a cold dark night, when everything's a little clearer in the light of day, and you know the night is always gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite. And the thought of loving you is getting so exciting. Skyrockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Woo! Afternoon delight.
I hadn't seen that.
I neither.
I had not seen that. That's how great is it to have some buddies that you could just roll out an a cappella classic to, just randomly in the middle of whatever.
Pretty top notch right there.
You ever get the urge to join a barbershop quartet?
No.
Yeah.
You?
I have, but then I don't want to do it though.
You were in a choir.
I think it would be
It's
cool.
An acquired taste.
It is an acquired taste. I think the idea would be cool, but then you have to like practice and actually go to do things, and you have to wear those like red stripy outfits with the banjo hat or
Change
whatever.
it up.
Just go out in a tux. Okay.
Tuxedo T-shirt.
Also, as we take a break, can I just say, can someone call Jonathan Sales? What the hell happened today? There's
last day of the month. Usually they're all packed in.
Jeez, every break's like great for the listeners.
Didn't have time to go get the donuts.
Nothing. Every break's like 30 seconds. Do we have like PSAs we can shove in here or something? My God. Whatever happened to the one, the stroke one? We play a few of those.
I don't think that made the journey over here.
It did make the journey from Madison. I'm having
old.
a stroke. We'll take a break. When we come back, thoughts on Media Day, takeaways, and all that fun stuff next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Media Day was yesterday. thing I like about Media Day, and I acknowledge that this is a privilege we have that, our listeners and fans don't, and I want to acknowledge that it's a privilege because I wish everybody had this opportunity. It's no secret that I'm a fan before I'm just a fan. And I get so wound up on this team and so caught up in analyzing them and being frustrated when it's time to be frustrated, and sometimes being frustrated when it's not time to be frustrated. But one thing I do like about Media Days, I enjoy plugging back in and talking to the people, talking to the actual players, especially ones that have been here for a minute, and knowing that, like, well, they're not bad people. They're not evil. They're not trying to lose. They want to win. They're good people. Like, I don't know, what is this, our third Media Day with Tomas? Third, fourth with Keegan, something like that, and
the two longest tenured guys.
That was crazy. We talked about that with them. And also, by the way, I don't want to sell the Keegan Murray interview short. I very much enjoyed our visit with him in Portland a few years ago, where we got him to kind of open up a little bit. But I think
this was by far the most open, I think.
He was very...
He was just funny.
Personable.
Yeah.
And not that he was ever anything other than pleasant and kind, but it's kind of like his game. Mm-hmm. Every year a little more opens up a bit, and he's joking, he's smiling, he's having fun. We talked about his marriage in the offseason, and Jason asked if they did the Keegan Murray chant at the wedding, which I liked. I loved that. But you get to, and again with Zach LaVine, Zach LaVine, and I always try to be careful when I talk about LaVine, because I talk about the contract being an immovable contract. I talk about how I hated the trade. I talked about how I believe they're gonna try to move him if they can.
And you told him all of this.
And I did say it makes too much money, but it's never. And I think I try to say this every time I bring it up. He's a wonderful player. It's not his fault.
Right.
None of this is about Zach himself. If Zach LaVine and his agent were willing to cut his contract in half, I'd be like, king for life. Let's go. Mm-hmm. It's all, but then when you sit and you talk to these people, and again, especially Zach, as we mentioned, first time we've had a chance, and you get to find out the little nooks and crannies.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It is, and you're right. You get to learn more about them, and I don't know. I guess every Media Day kind of has its own personality, but I felt the group that we talked to, and just even observing everyone that came in, there was just a loose comfortness. I don't know. And I don't know because there was probably one that I can remember where I felt like, ooh, the group, this feels a little uptight, and what I'm remembering is something maybe with Rudy and DeMarcus, not them personally, but I think Rudy was at the end of a contract. DeMarcus may not have been fully. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the last year that Vivek was at a Media Day, and it was the one where DeMarcus had the big giant selfie stick. Yeah. I remember exactly that Media Day, and I think Rudy there were some tough questions to him whether he wanted to be, and it was just like, dude, this is.
It did not have a good vibe.
Yeah. No. This one, complete opposite of that. Mm-hmm. And not that, again, they're not practicing, they're not competing, but it felt really comfortable. And even the guys that you would think, well, Sabonis has been here a long time, and last year was chaos.
Yes.
And Keegan, chaos. Yep. And Monk, his own chaos. Just felt like everybody was pretty
chill.
Pretty chill and in good spirits.
You're finding out,
doesn't mean anything.
No, of course not.
But that was my feeling of yesterday.
Find out Zach LaVine loaned Max Reno a car so he could take his license test. That was a tidbit somebody got out of somebody yesterday. Yeah, and Malik bought a house, bought some land, bought some acres.
Yeah,
as he said.
We learn about which will come up later today, a potential future for Domantas Sabonis after basketball, maybe even while playing basketball.
I think he actually said that exactly. That. Yeah, Domas already knows what he's going to do after basketball, and he's already started it. And
didn't you feel that kind of general vibe?
Very much, very chill. Not chill in a way of lazy or disinterested or aloof. Just chill in the sense that everybody seemed genuinely happy to be back.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good heads and good heads on their shoulders. And then it was, the funny thing is, and I mean, I think one of my favorite things yesterday too was I was talking to Katie at midcourt, and all of a sudden I see you guys motioning over like, hey, we got somebody. And I'll admit, I don't think this has ever happened before, but as I go to sit down, I realize I have no idea who this is. I have no idea who this player is. And I was waiting for, I think somebody, I don't even know how I found out who, I didn't recognize them. And then it's funny, whenever we play that interview, you'll notice that in the beginning especially, and a couple other times, I'm looking at my lap. I'm looking down.
Yeah.
I'm looking down because I'm Googling. Who is this person? Let me get on their Wikipedia page. Let me try to find some tidbits about them. What do you remember who it was?
Yeah.
So young player. And I bring that up, and no way to disrespect that the young man, but oh God, I said young man.
Yes. Yeah.
But because what a wonderful interview that was.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun, and we got on video games and all kinds of fun stuff, and it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously had our plans with who we were going to talk. That one kind of snuck in. Not that we wouldn't have talked to him.
Yeah.
It just was like, hey, Isaiah's ready for you.
Yes.
As I said, I'm like, Isaiah, okay. And I'm not far from you because I was like 95% sure it was Isaiah Stevens. But then I started to get the doubt, like, wait.
Right.
There's an Isaiah Collier. No, he's not a King. So now I'm in my mind. And then when I walked around him, I saw the back of his jersey.
Jason, when I reset the interview, I leaned back to double check.
What I was hoping
jersey.
Once I saw it, and I was like, all right, Isaiah Stevens. So I was hoping that you would hear me like, Isaiah Stevens ready to go, guys.
I was already Wikipedia.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure you knew. Because I'm like, I don't know if you were,
I had no idea.
But then he was phenomenal.
Right.
But I remembered him in Summer League, but I'm like, I got tricked on the last name for a second. I'm like,
100% got through too, because I, again, remember the name, but then I needed to plug in like, okay, he was in Miami for a couple games. His older brother played. Anyways, and even stuff like that, like you find out new things.
Yeah.
And
he was exceptional. He was like he was just happy to be there. He was very happy to be there.
He was. And that's
and you taught him some things.
I did teach him some things.
And once again, try to get rid of Zach LaVine's money.
100%.
You're right. You were spending Zach's money.
I was spending Zach's money. We were talking about video games, and I'm always very curious because I don't think the NBA has caught on the proper travel video. Video games are a huge thing in the NBA with these players. And a lot of them right now, they're on these, they basically have these little briefcases that are traveling video game centers where they can bring their PS5 or their Xbox, and there's a controller that you open it up, and there's a monitor in there, and you just plug it in, everything turns on, you're ready to go. They're not on to, like, I can say this, and it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with just knowing it. I can say this with confidence. I have a better traveling video game setup than probably 90% NBA players, and it's 70% cheaper than what they're spending. So I introduced him to, we talked about the glasses I have, and the fact that he had no idea that you could play off of your phone, the PlayStation, or something called a Steam Deck, which he did not have. All again, very much within the budget for these guys, and then some. But then it's like, hold on, like usually the richest guy on the team, like for Christmas, buys everybody something. So you figure it's probably
Zach's money.
Yeah, that whole setup's probably about $1,000 per.
Right.
So what is that? 14 grand. I don't have a problem saying Zach should. I'm not trying to spend. Well, I am trying to spend his money, but also this is the same guy who sat down with us. You'll hear it later where he said that he was betting $1,000 on a putt with a teammate of his who nailed it.
Yeah.
We also, by the way, found out. I'd like to see in the chat. I want you guys in the chat and on our text line at 916-339-1140. This is just for attaboys or attagirls. Who is the best golfer? Either on the playing roster, coaching staff, Bobby, Doug included. Who do you think is the best golfer on the team? Because we had that confirmed yesterday, and there's no argument there. That person, based on numbers, is 100% the best golfer.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat. Put it on the text line at 916-339-1140. Weigh it. React to us.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for madness. Another bad injury in the NFL. Kawhi Leonard had some media daying yesterday. And, something cool you heard either at the Kings Media Day or elsewhere. We'll do that next.
Plays here. Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. If you're wondering whether or not you can afford a Mercedes-Benz car, I'm here to tell you you can. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has affordable vehicles which fit nearly any budget. And right now, they're running special deals, including low rates on select new vehicles and leases, including, get this, complimentary 3-year prepaid maintenance on select models. You can't beat that. And they also have you covered with customer cash on their eSprinter vans. And if you're a business owner, you gotta listen to this. You may qualify for thousands of dollars in tax deductions. So go see my good friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They are family-owned, and they offer fast and reliable sales and service. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is just a short drive right off I-5 or anytime online at mbfstockton.com. And while you're there, tell them Drape sent you.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Zach LaVine coming up next. That's 7:28. 3 for Madness right now, question 1.
Tyreek Hill was seen smiling and clapping while being carted off after his gruesome knee injury. Did his reaction disturb you?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that.
It confused me.
It incredibly disturbed me. Here's why. It did. It caught my eye. So it's a weird thing, and it's why. So if you look at it, he just had his leg was bent the wrong way. He tore his ACL and all kinds of other ligaments. They did the whole MRI, not that they needed to. Dislocated his knee. And when you see him clapping and smiling, and then he was like kind of half hugging the trainer next to him and all that. And it was a great moment for the crowd because obviously the crowd's super worried about him, and he got a great ovation, and that kind of fired him up. But it really hit me, and because you look at it and you go, dude, this either is this guy okay? Is he something loose up in the head? And by the way, maybe there is something loose up in his head, but it caught me because I had the same. I've told you this. I had the same injury in high school in basketball. Dislocated my left kneecap, shredded every ligament in there. It's the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. It's not close. Like slapping the ground, yelling. It sucks, especially, and I don't know if this happened for him or not, but if your kneecap is dislocated, it pops back in at some point, and until it does, it's horrible pain. And then once the process of it popping back in is worse pain, but then afterwards, and here's what I think happened with him. So there's a weird thing that happens sometimes when people suffer really bad injuries. It's the fight or flight part of your brain that comes out, and you get flooded with all this adrenaline, all these endorphins, all this dopamine. And what I think we saw with Tyreek it's the same thing that happened to me on the way to the hospital. I was in like the greatest, all of a sudden I had this wash of like, I loved everybody. Everything was fine. It didn't really hurt that much. It popped back in. I was like, I might be able to walk. Like maybe it was just a scare. It was, I think the only way to describe it for somebody who has never been through that is like, I don't know, dude. Imagine you're like, you're short on your rent, and then all of a sudden you get this like tax refund back that you didn't expect in the mail that day, and it's for like quadruple your rent, and you just feel like the world is your oyster. It's one. It's a.
Are you on goofball pills or something?
You kind of are. It's an incredibly euphoric feeling, and the reason why his reaction caught me is because at first I was like, "Dude, you're nuts," and then I went, "Oh my God, I think this is the same thing, except he's in front of 60,000 people." I think he just got swept up. What you saw were endorphins and dopamine on full display. Here's the other part of that story. Once if not on the way, once he got to the hospital, those things wash out, and it is a spiral. So I don't look. I'm not the biggest Tyreek Hill fan for a number of reasons, but I don't envy how he felt probably 10 or 20 minutes after that reaction.
Well, based on that, what you're saying, that's another element. If that's a feel that can come over you, the other one that watching it, my takeaway was, he allegedly hasn't been very happy there.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, are you happy that your season just ended? Like, it was just a weird.
Yeah.
It was confusing. Like, one, it's like the injury was bad looking.
Yes.
And then you're like, wait, are you okay? No, he can't be okay. And now he's clapping. Wait, is he happy that, like, I'm done with this?
Right.
It was just a weird response, as opposed to yesterday. We were talking about the Cal Poly player that got hurt. It's like, I want to see something to know he's okay. It's like, wait, he's happy? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It was weird. And now you just wonder going forward, like, will he? I mean, he'll be fine physically, but will he be able to play again? And what impact? Because that guy is pure speed.
Yes, and he's already on the wrong end of 26. Yeah. You do wonder if he'll ever be the same. Because you're right. I mean, there's a reason he's called the cheetah. He is speed. No, I think that's what you saw. I think it's just simply that, and then the come down that's no fun, man. No fun at all. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Kawhi Leonard addressed the allegations against him at Clippers Media Day yesterday. Did he help himself?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know that he helped himself. I also don't know that he hurt himself. No pun intended.
I don't think the media asked the right.
I also, it was Ramona Shelburne who was kind of taking over that aspect. And I will say this. I was actually really surprised at how much he did answer it. Not just because he's Kawhi Leonard and doesn't really talk, but he answered pretty much every question. You may not have liked his answer. The answer may have been whatever, but he pretty much answered every single one. And there were some pretty, like, well, how much do they owe you and this and that? And I would have bet a decent amount of cash that it would have been like, just so you know, I'm not addressing that today, other than to say it's wrong, and my people are dealing with it right now. But I did not, some sort of one before I take questions, and then that's it, and then the follow ups would be like, I've already.
Yeah, I told you I'm not going to talk about that.
I thought it was going to be something like, hey, I just concentrate on basketball. I let the business people take care of it.
I thought it'd be his awkward laugh.
Wait,
that turned into Sean.
That was. Here's the exchange yesterday.
The endorsement deal that you had with the company that's been talked to Aspiration, and did you perform any services for them?
When you say understanding, what do you mean?
Like of the contract you signed, how much money you were to receive, what you were supposed to perform for those services.
I understand the full contract and the services that I had to do. Like I said, I don't deal with the conspiracies or the clickbait analysts or journalism that's going on. So that's what it is.
Well, I think the allegation was that you didn't perform any services for them. Is that accurate, or did you?
I don't think it's accurate, but it's old. This is all new to you guys. The company went bankrupt a while ago, so we already knew this was going to happen. So
did you were named as like the largest creditor in the bankruptcy filing, right? Did you actually get the money that was owed to you in the contract, or?
No, but the company went belly up. It was fried, as everybody knows. If you want any more questions or more details about that company, you need to ask the owner or whoever else is involved in the fraud.
Right, I think they said they owed you $7 million or something, right?
I'm not sure. I gotta look back at the books, but no, it's more than that for sure.
Do you have any idea of how much you actually made on that?
No, it was like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
The one funny thing at the end there when Ramona asked him that, do you have any idea how much you made from that? He's like, no, it was a few years ago. Like, that's just an insight into how much money these guys make. Like, I would, if I was making millions, I would know. I'd be like, exactly $3.215 million before tax.
He's got to look at the books.
Yeah.
I'm picturing him with the visor on, glasses, old calculator.
Spreadsheet. Okay, let's see.
Puts on his little.
It's one of those big ones, those big books that you have to really.
And he's got an abacus.
Yeah.
When I was watching that yesterday, it occurred to me, this is like so pointless and nobody should care and whatever. It's just one of those things I thought about. Like, God, is Kawhi Leonard ever get another endorsement again of any kind? Like, if you think about it, like, you're a company, and I know he has New Balance and a couple others, but if you're a company and isn't he kind of associated now, like, fair or not,
right,
with fraud and lying and all that stuff? And I don't know, man. We focus so much of this story on Pablo Torre exposing or allegedly exposing Steve Ballmer and the Clippers. Not enough, I think, is really talked about, other than, when we talk about Kawhi Leonard, it's always in the abstract, like, well, the contract, and maybe it'll get voided, blah, 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 blah.
No-show job.
Right, but, like, also, like, God, he already had, like, a weird reputation, but it was, like, a kooky weird reputation. Yeah. It wasn't like a... anyone who covers the NBA knows about Uncle Dennis and how he's a little, the legends of Uncle Dennis. It was like in a different aspect. Anyone who covered the NBA years ago knew who Worldwide West was, who's now with the Knicks as an actual executive. There are these figures around the NBA, like Sonny Vaccaro back in the day with Nike. There are these people around the NBA that are power brokers that you know. And Uncle Dennis is always an interesting one. And now he's got to deal with all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, hearing it again, I just felt like, I don't know. I don't know that he helped himself.
Did you happen to see the text messages that Pablo Torre had yesterday between the people in the company?
Wondering why they were picking Kawhi? Yes. It's another thing. And it's like, that whole thing is just so gooful.
Wait, if we want an NBA star, shouldn't we get someone that has like a personality?
Lawrence Frank is now an executive with the Clippers as well. Listen to this. This is actually more interesting to me. Listen to the exchange and what's said. More importantly, listen to what Lawrence does not say.
Which was, has Dennis Robertson, Kawhi's uncle, ever asked for any extra benefits that wouldn't be allowable under the NBA salary cap directly to you? There's been a lot coming out of his asks.
Yeah, look, Dennis knows the rules, Kawhi knows the rules, Mitch Franco knows the rules, and we know the rules.
That was no yes or no in there.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, we all know the rules.
Dude. That's like what somebody who doesn't want to.
He could run for Congress.
That's what I was just going to say. That is somebody who. Did you say that in my ear?
No, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, because that's exactly where I was going. That sounds like somebody who doesn't want to perjure themselves in front of Congress.
But answer the question.
Answer the question, and they're testifying. Can I tell you honestly? Not that, by the way, Uncle Dennis asking for the moon and a bunch of illegal, cap-wise illegal stuff is not an admission of the Clippers being guilty in any way, shape, or form. Let's be clear about that. Uncle Dennis could have asked for 200 bags of cocaine and 700 blow-up dolls. If the Clippers said no, then nobody did anything.
Right.
The Clippers did nothing wrong. That being said, that's the worst.
That's a bad look.
It is a bad look. Yeah. By the way, I'm not coming down on Lawrence Frank either. What a goofy position to be in.
Sure.
But that right there, you might as well have just said, yeah, I'm not going to get into what he asked for, but there were definitely some creative asks. That's almost better.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is they're skilled crisis management people. Like, I'm trying to think of the best way to handle this PR-wise. I think you do need to attack it, but like on media day, I'm kind of with you. Like, I think there's got to be a blanket overall thing. Like, hey, look, we've either addressed this or we will address this separately.
Right.
But we're about to start a season, and we're talking to our players, our coaches, asking basketball. I mean, whatever other stuff too, media day, fun stuff. But we're not addressing this today. Maybe I would have already had that press conference, so it could have been out of the way. But this is the chance where people are getting to talk to the Clippers people. Fun. And they're going to fire away.
Especially fun for the other Clippers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, I don't.
Hey, what do you know about this? Nothing, or I don't care, or I'm trying to make the team.
What a weird. Talk about weird vibes. Yeah. The vibes there.
Do you have any no-show jobs?
Do you think that in private, in the locker room or at training camp, do any of Kawhi's teammates mess with him about it at all?
I would hope so.
I would hope so too. Yeah. Also, I haven't really thought about this much during this whole saga, but I need to find a way to blame this on James Harden. I feel like there's a way to blame this on James. I could say it like, none of this was happening to Kawhi before James Harden got there. It's funny how it just follows. I think this is
just
all
going under the radar, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
And you want him on the radar.
What have I said? Anywhere James Harden goes, the place gets worse.
There you go.
I believe
you do not like that guy.
This is personally, I don't know. I don't like I've said before, that would be the thing to get me to take a hiatus from the team.
Yeah.
That would be the thing that gets me to take a bit of a break.
If the Kings had acquired somehow, some way, James Harden in the offseason and he was available yesterday at media day for us, do you take a pass?
You know what? I think I would.
Really?
I do, because I don't think that I could morally do there's only two there's two choices there if I take the interview. Either completely do it, and this is my opinion. Either I completely do a disservice to the listeners after years of me preaching about how much I would quit being a fan while he was on the team. I despise his basketball that much. And then sit there and be like, hey, welcome to the team, James. So how about that beard? I think that would be, I could not physically, I don't have the discipline to do that. On the other hand, James, I'm just going to be honest with you. I cannot stand your game. I as a Kings fan don't want you here. I don't think you improve situations. I think you're a vacuum. How would you prove what am I getting wrong? In other words, the only way that I could do an interview with James Harden if he was a King and still look myself in the mirror is if I put James and you and everybody else in a really terrible position, which to me would be incredibly selfish. It would be selfish and self-serving to bring my agenda and my thoughts into a situation that's going to do nobody any good. So either I morally am bankrupt because I'm fake and I don't talk to him about my feelings about him, not that he should care, or I am perfectly straightforward with him, and now it's just imagine being there in that interview, Jason. I mean, it'd be entertaining from afar, don't get me wrong, but that's just that's yes. I think it would be like I'm either going to take a pass on James or Jason, why don't you handle this?
Right.
And again, it's not James might be the nicest guy in the world. It's the same thing like when I talk about Zach LaVine's contract.
Right.
I'm doing my job. That is nothing to do. James Harden and I might be the best of friends. We might be golf buddies. We might hang out. I might tussle his beard when he does a funny joke. We might hold hands and skip through the flower fields. I don't know.
Something tells me no.
No.
Yeah.
We have a lot.
You might be hanging out in other places.
I think we have a lot in common. We have a lot of the same interests.
Like?
We've both been to Arizona.
And you love Arizona.
Love me some Arizona. We both probably look better with beards. Just covering up the face.
Okay. There you go. Well, there you go.
That's it. You know what's a place to start?
That's a lot. That's a lot in common.
Number 3, please.
Question 3.
What was the coolest thing you heard at Kings or any other media day yesterday?
I mean, there's plenty that went on in front of us, but I'll tell you something I saw and then was reading about today. So, one of the big things on social media has been videos of Jason Tatum, in full gear, practicing, taking, if you didn't know what, you're rolling your eyes, why?
Just because Jason Tatum has to be Jason Tatum.
If you didn't know and you just saw a video of Jason Tatum at shoot around, you'd be like, oh, he's perfectly healthy. He's shooting jump shots. He's moving very no limp, no nothing. But he obviously has a large road ahead of him. What caught me, though, is that, where is it? He says, Jason has also gotten help maintaining his mental health via the Achilles group chat he's part of alongside Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, and DeJounte Murray, who are at different points recovering from Achilles tendon surgeries. I read that. I kind of smiled. That makes sense. We think of these players totally in the abstract, and he has access to the best doctors and all the best people in the world, but he's got
the Injured Star Club.
Yes, it's probably titled Achilles Chat.
Yeah,
and it's him and Dame and Tyrese and DeJounte Murray, and they're all just yeah, dude. Hey, man, when last week before that wrap comes off, it's just so bad, dude. What you got to do is get one of them, get a pencil and pull the wrap up and dribble some Caladrill down there and then just mush it around. There's going to be all kinds. I found if you chew garlic, there's going to be all kinds.
Some sort of tips and tricks that only those that have been in it know.
Yeah, and I just started thinking, I can see these guys all doing this, and I don't know. I thought that was kind of endearing that they all do that, and something I didn't expect. How about you?
I will say this will be a self-serving one, but a couple different people at Media Day came up and said, our local media, how much they enjoyed the show. And I thought that was really cool. I listen every morning. I don't tell others, but whatever. It's from different places. I'm that's fine. I'm just, thank you for the compliment. Even a couple of people, heard from multiple people yesterday that really enjoyed our Media Day bingo. So I was like, well, people are.
That's nice.
So that was.
Did you hear any of that, Dave?
Did I hear any of what?
Did you hear anybody say that to you?
No.
I didn't either.
Well,
I just went up to Jason.
I'm not making it up.
Oh, no, we believe you.
Yeah.
We believe you. It's just.
They went to you and not.
They went to you and not us. That's fine.
What are you guys saying?
Can I be honest? I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm saying because it's great to hear.
Yes.
I wasn't even,
but it would have been nicer to hear it.
I wasn't
from them.
I wasn't even going there. There was no negatives to what you were saying until Chris started talking.
Okay.
And then now I'm kind of like, oh, yeah.
Well, there was one other just for the show conversation, right? That was very encouraging and promoting of the show, highlighting the show.
One other conversation.
It was just us, me, you, Chris, and one other person that was saying very good things about our show.
Do you remember this?
No.
Now you remember, right?
Yes. We had a, that's right. Nope, you're right. There was another person.
But basically talking about, hey,
dare I say, the best compliment of the day.
Absolutely.
100%. Coming from, I can't wait to tell him.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have gotten it, but you're absolutely
But that was
right.
along the line. That was like, there was a bunch during the day. I'm like,
There were.
Hey, I just came here to do some interviews. This is fun. This is,
was
it's always
nice.
nice to hear, hey, listen, love your show. Love what you guys do. Love the bingo. It was hilarious this morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
That's nice.
Okay.
And
Bobby came over. Bobby Jackson came over. How'd I do with my picks? I said, we're revealing that tomorrow. And you were cracking up with Bobby?
Did you tell him the story?
I did. And for a second, I had somebody.
Because I heard him laughing. I'm like, okay, he must have told him.
Somebody had told me a story about Bobby that I'm sorry, I can't repeat it. It's nothing. It's a funny story. You know, it's just, I can't, And I relayed it to him. But by the way, Chris, as I was relaying it to him, I don't know if you guys have ever been in this position before. As I'm like getting to the punchline, I went, oh my God, I'm completely in too deep. Hold on a second. What if I say that? What if I said this? He's like, no.
I didn't say that.
I need to know who told you that.
Yeah.
And like he got sued. That's not Bobby. But anyways, Bobby expanded on the story. First off, the story was true. Then he expanded on it a lot. And I was literally crying, laughing so hard because Bobby Jackson's one of the funniest people.
So he gave you not only that.
That's exactly, dude.
But this also happened.
That was the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
The tip of the iceberg on this story. And Bobby just turns out the person that was telling me that story loves Bobby and obviously was just dipping their toe in the water. And the Bobby was like, oh no, wait till you hear this.
That's great.
Let's see. Ryan took a couple days off. Ryan's back in the chat. You want to see what Ryan the engineer?
Sure.
I don't have my board.
I know.
LOL at technical problems at media day. Sounds like you need some better engineers. And then later he goes, I like the 10-minute segment about how Dave whined about the technical issues of media day and admitted they need more engineers for the show. That's good radio. Welcome back, Ryan. Attaboy. AC. AC.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. There you are. Sorry, we didn't have you turned up. How are you, AC?
Good. I went to the local pizza place to watch my Dolphins play last night. I figured that something's good going to happen when you're playing an 0-3 team. And I saw the same thing you guys saw. And I was telling my buddy who had Tyreek Hill as a fantasy player, don't worry. He's smiling. He's coming back. There's no way someone will go out with an injury like that and be grinning ear to ear. So did you ever figure out what was going on there? What was your assertion that he was?
I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. I can't get in his head. Who knows? By the way, Go ahead.
No, I was going to say McDaniel obviously averted a dangerous course by winning that game, but I think their season's over now. He was like their only hope, really.
Yeah, no, that your Dolphins are
cooked.
Yeah, they're in an albacore tuna can, bro. Oh, too soon. AC was on the chat earlier. Dave's the only known local example of an individual who's turned a mama's basement boy playing video games into a paycheck. Well, I can't really
I was pretty impressed with your ability to
find the lie there.
Educate players on the road with your video game prowess.
Yeah, I like to sit them down. Hey, there, come here, Sonny. Let me
tell you something.
Let me tell you something about video games. Appreciate you, AC. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? 1-800-912-1140. What was going through Tyreek Hill's head when he got hurt? I'll have to give it some thought.
Yeah.
You think on it, too.
I will.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Zach LaVine. What percentage, 0 to 100? 100 being the most. What percentage of you yesterday wanted to test that out on him?
You know what? Chris said it before he came on. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then once we start, honestly, I didn't think of it again, but I should have. You wanted to do it?
No, it was in my head, but also
I would have loved to have seen his reaction to
that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like it could have been I like that. Can they do that? It could have been yo, can they do that at the games when I score? That's great. I could have seen that reaction. And I also 100% could have been oh, man, yeah, all right.
You would have absolutely hated if you guys were to have done that. And he gives you a weird look, and then me laughing.
Yeah, and you would have just died.
And played the clip forever for us.
Although I will say that was probably the when you said let's give Allen DeMar DeRozan. I 100% was going to do the DeMar DeRozan song in front of him. See if he recognized the reference, which I don't know. Would he have? Does DeMar DeRozan familiar with any Creed songs? We'll take
something. Do you think Allen asked?
Oh, we'll have to find out when we play that.
I know. I thought we might do the same with Domantas Sabonis.
Have we asked? Did we ask him about that last year?
He's been asked about it.
Yeah, I don't know if we did.
No, we haven't.
We should be we what a missed opportunity. We actually kind of invented that.
Yeah, invented
it literally. And that tune had never been tuned.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, the White Stripes guy copies it. Off to the races. Guys, don't go away. We're going to take a very quick break here. Zach LaVine will play that, and for you guys on YouTube, you'll be able to see that as well. Seriously, this isn't some jivey radio tease. I think you're going to really enjoy this interview, especially if you're a golf fan for the first couple of minutes. But I think you're going to enjoy a side of Zach LaVine maybe you haven't seen. That's going to play next.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-292-4382. That's 800-292-4382. 800-292-4382.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting. Just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Joining us right now from your Sacramento Kings as Media Day continues, Zach LaVine. Zach, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
So you play basketball. I don't have a good opening question. How are you?
What's going on, man?
Tell us how you play basketball.
Yeah, you like the sports.
But you also play golf. You were playing in the Tahoe. How did that tournament go for you?
Golf and baseball.
Oh, that's right. But I mean the Tahoe tournament this year.
I'm a golfer, man. You see this tan right here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like golf is one of my passions. I'm not the best player on the team right now, but
Wait, who's better?
McDermott's like a 0.
Is he really?
Yeah, Doug scratch.
Okay. You beat Malik, though?
Malik got better. I beat Malik in the past, but Malik just beat me the other day at Granite Bay, and it kind of pissed me off. So.
Do me a favor, pull this sucker down.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So are you just I don't say just but is it just playing, or for example, Ryder Cup yesterday? Were you watching?
I watched all of it. Yeah. I've been in plenty of tournaments, all that. Yeah.
So was that not almost?
That was one of the best comebacks I've ever seen.
And had they pulled it off, that would have been like seriously top 5 sports moment ever.
It showed how much those guys. I got a gold medal. I play for my country as well. It shows how much those guys care. Like Bryson and Scotty, like they're getting emotional, and they show how much they care about their teammates. Even when you're down, like everyone's pulling for each other. To see the fight they put up was great. So it might not always go your way, but you can at least fight to the end.
So what's the best part about golf for you? Worst part about golf is so humbling, but
oh, man.
What do you love about that game?
That I suck at it sometimes. It's sometimes I'm great. You know what's dope about golf?
You were drinking.
That was. It
was dope about golf is I think it's something that's more relatable for the average person because.
Yep.
I don't think you can go out here and shoot or jump like me, right?
Well, you'd be wrong, Mr. LaVine.
You feel me? Like, I don't think you can do that.
Next dunk contest, you too.
Realistically, though,
yeah,
you can go out there and hit a golf shot and be like a pro for one moment.
That's right.
And I think that's what the relatable thing about golf is. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, you're talking to the long drive charity Edgewood Tahoe last week. Got the long drive. There was like 32 people in the field, but long drive champ. I got a red hat and everything.
What'd you hit it to? 280.
Cart path.
288, but I'm just saying. So and as far as the dunking goes, you thought Aaron Gordon was tough. You haven't seen.
Right? If you better than AG, I snuck away with that one.
So the thing that we found in common, or that athletes have in common from other sports that love golf, is it's the mental toughness. It's the honing your mentality. It's a different kind of pressure than basketball. Is that? Would you find that to be true?
Yeah, and you can't get too high and too low. Like what I realize is I can't out athletic golf. You know, if you want to hit the ball hard, here you can be physical or you can try to really get after it. With golf, it's technique. You got to lock into each and every shot. One shot can ruin your score. You could have 3 good shots in a row and have a terrible putt, and you end up with a bogey.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a very mental game to where you methodically have to be in between your ears.
That's right.
You better long drive or putter? Where are you better on the course?
I'm really good off the tee. I can hit the hell out the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 3+?
That's why I said he probably like 2. I get it out there. I probably hit a couple like 320, 325.
Okay, so let's just go through it. All right. 10 shots apiece. We're at the driving range at Hagen Oaks right now with the TrackMan.
Okay.
10 drives. What's your average about? Normal conditions.
Probably carry it like 305.
Oh, to be an athlete.
But now
Dave.
look.
No, I know you're telling the truth. It's
I
just
am
so
but
easy.
I wish like Doug over here is hitting it 325 and he
McDermott?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, Dougie Buckets is nice. And I bet the hell out of him too to see if he got something.
Right.
Like Doug, look, $1,000 this putt.
Right.
Like I want to see what he's about.
Yeah, and
was he about
what's
it?
Stones.
Wow.
You lost that money.
Stones.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your how about your 7? What you hitting your
7 iron or you like your
7 iron?
7 iron?
Yeah.
185.
Yeah.
185.
Okay. Right.
If I
It's a
step
different
on it,
game.
190.
Jesus.
Okay. Best course you've played
Best course I've ever played.
or favorite?
I'm a member at Shady Canyon in Newport.
Okay.
Best course I've ever played though. We got done playing at Bandon Dunes. We did a little trip out there.
That's his
Bandon
trip every year.
Did you play them all 5?
I played 4 of them. The only one I didn't play was Old McDonald.
What was your favorite? Pacific?
I didn't like Pacific. You know what I like? I like the original Banded Trails.
Okay.
Banded
Trails and
Banded Trails and Banded Dunes were my favorite.
Yeah. A lot of people skip Banded Trails, but that's a great
One
course.
One of the best courses I remember. Tiger and my boys, Mike Trout, they just created a course called Trout National.
Oh, they did.
It's going to be special. So
Where's that?
I'm looking forward to doing that. It's up in New Jersey.
Oh,
Without giving away your business, but have you found a course or two in the Sacramento area?
I played one. I played Granite Bay.
Okay.
That's a good course.
You said Hagen Oaks. I need to go there.
Hagen Oaks, yeah. I would say, I mean, there's so many great courses. Winchester's a beautiful
I'm
course.
excited.
up
I
the
actually get to play golf this year.
Yeah.
On an off day. You know, in Chicago, I couldn't do that. It was -10.
So it's McDermott. Are you number 2 or is it Malik? Or Keegan's pretty good too.
Keegan played high school golf, but right now he's rusty. He ain't played in 2 months. I get Keegan.
Okay.
Malik said he's better. Malik's gotten a lot better.
Okay.
He's a golf degenerate.
Have you played with Bobby Jackson?
Oh, yeah, Bobby's pretty good.
Bobby's a stick.
He is, but check it out. There is nobody on earth that will spend more time looking for their ball than Bobby Jackson.
Bobby?
Dude.
That Pro V could be going on.
Exactly.
Look, I'll take my stroke.
That's
I'm
right.
from right here.
Nope, not Bobby. He'll be up there, lift his pants, legs up. He'll be getting poison ivy.
I got to play with Bobby.
Yeah.
I guess we have to talk basketball.
I guess.
I legitimately would rather talk golf, but then everyone will get pissed. I don't know. Hey, how excited are you for the new? We can play Media Day Bingo.
Look, how about I set the questions up?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
We're really excited. I know I am. Obviously, last year there was a lot of change that happened. You know, even before I came, and I didn't know the extent of it. But, you know, I'm excited just to be able to get to training camp. We got Scott here. We got Doug. You know, and everyone's committed. We have a singular focus where we actually are looking for an identity. And I think that's what we were missing last year, where, you know, we look really good in games, and then some games we look bad, but we didn't have a direction. Yeah. You know, we were just out there playing, and you know, sometimes that's what happens when you got to be pros and you just got to try to figure it out. But you know, for me, especially training camp, where you get to start from day one and get everyone involved and get, you know, everyone's rolled down, what you do, what this guy doesn't do, and play to your strengths, cover up our weaknesses. You know, I'm excited for that.
What is it about, so Doug, knowing him for years, he praises just Seattle people. You're one. Yeah. What is it about that Seattle group? There's something about you guys.
I think Seattle guys stick together. We're a little bit of a hotbed and a little undervalued, you know, even growing up. Like, you know, if you see, there's not a lot of guys where you're like, oh, he's a McDonald's All-American. But yeah, I think you're just a little slept on. You know, Pacific Northwest, it rains a lot over there, you know, so. But, you know, Doug was one of the pioneers out of Seattle. He was one of the first guys to make it out of the 206 area. So, you know, we respect and love what he's done for the community and how he always puts on for Seattle.
As we wrap up here, you mentioned something with everything last year. And, you know, the general public who don't play professional basketball, you're traded from a city, you're staying at a hotel, I'm guessing. I think there was a stretch, your business, but I think there was a stretch last year. I remember hearing you were having some stuff you had to deal with off the court, the night to night.
Oh,
yeah. You know, I want to end it. We were talking about the psychology of golf, but we don't talk enough about the mentality and psychology of basketball and how you guys are human beings too, keeping that together.
Yeah, I mean, but look, at the end of the day, it's our job.
Yeah.
And I never put that, you know, like, we get paid a lot of money to play a game, a kid's game. So we got to respect that as well. And, you know, I've never been one to try to put my problems are bigger than, you know, I get paid to go out here and provide for my family and then also do my job on the court. Now, it is tough. Yeah, we have crazy travel. We got crazy, you know, sleeping patterns. We might fly in and play a back-to-back and then go to New Orleans and wake up and have practice at 8 a.m., whatever. But, you know, everyone would trade. I see people always talk about how we are people and we have our own struggles, but, you know, our struggles aren't like other people's or like people I've known in my life.
Sure.
It's not the same.
That's a good perspective.
So
yeah.
I always try to put myself in that box and be like, look, I'm very happy and blessed to play this game and play it at a high level, and I'm gonna do the best I can with it. Now, obviously, when things come to happen, you know, like I had some family issues, you know, I might have to take some time away.
Sure.
That's, you know, I'm a husband, a father of 3. You know, you take care of your family.
Yep.
But when I'm on the court, you know, that's what I try to take care of.
You can still blow that 7-foot putt just like anyone else.
And that will still make me damn near throw my club.
Doesn't matter how big your check is.
Yeah.
Yours is a little bigger than mine. Little bit.
I don't get to see yours, so you never know.
That is the weirdest
Remember, I always
thing.
bring that up. Should
100%.
should we know? Like, I think that's weird that we know that.
I agree. It should just say,
Like
here's the cap, and here's how much the team pays everyone.
It makes it, because then you judge people off what they make. And like, oh, he gets this and that.
I'd make that free throw if I made the X amount. It's not the same.
Zach makes too much money, sure, but also, if
I
somebody,
don't think I make too much money.
no, I'm saying,
Shit, I think I get paid more.
I'm saying if somebody
You would?
if somebody offered me a contract, I don't care what is somebody supposed to be? That's too much money.
Yeah,
I'm not signing that. I need less money.
And that's why I said, look, we get paid to play a game. We get paid well. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability and try to represent. Now that I'm with Sacramento, I always try to represent and do the best I can for that team and city.
These fans are very proud.
Yeah.
They're very loyal, as you already know. And this is our first opportunity to talk to you. We didn't get you last media day, obviously, because you're in Chicago. So officially welcome to Sacramento. Stay healthy. And anytime you need golf tips, don't ask me.
Hagen Oaks, right?
Great.
There you go.
Exactly. All right, that's Zach LaVine. We're right. Well, coming soon, me, Zach, dunk contest.
Yep.
Did you see the way he just kind of eyed me head to toe? And was like, I don't think you can get out there and dunk. Well, I don't think you could either, Zach. I guess I could have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Prove it.
When's the last time you dunked?
Are you saying that to Zach?
Probably
No, to Dave.
year or two after high school. A while ago. I wonder if I could even touch the rim now. Christ. Woof. I could if I wanted to.
The ladder is your friend.
The ladder, a trampoline. But like we said, the picture that went out, it was funny, the reaction. Like, oh, Zach doesn't look happy. Very engaging. Very engaging, very jovial.
And he was having fun with all the guys out there, too.
Yeah, he was. He was having a good time. And also very, I don't like saying well-spoken because it has connotations. Very insightful. Like, very engaged, and I thought a lot of the things he was saying were very poignant. So it was a fun visit.
I agree.
And did you notice he also said he could carry it 305, 310?
I did.
I'm calling
like he was sort of disappointed with it too.
I'm also calling dude, come on, you carry it 30. I don't think you're carrying it. I think I don't think he's carrying the ball 30. Dude, carrying the ball 305 with a run out is like 330, 320. You think he's carrying the ball 305? I need to see it. Should Adam come out today? I'm leaving in about 45 minutes for our friends over at KNCI doing the Golf and Guitars charity tournament today. And should have had him say, hey, what are you doing tomorrow?
Is that where they're announcing Country in the Park?
Is where at Golf and Guitars? Yeah. Their seventh one this year. I do not know. We'll take a break. Bottom line is, for whether it was media day in general or that interview or Domantas Sabonis coming up, there's a lot of really, really positive energy today, and you can feel that. Just like I can feel the energy when I'm talking about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. So much new stuff going on with them. Look, I want to talk. We've been talking about how they've now added plumbing. Your sewer, your faucet, your shower head, your toilet, your sewer stuff. That's why they're American Energy Home Pros. But don't think that they're not still also focused on being your second opinion partner. You can just now extend that into the plumbing world. So whether it is your air conditioner, your heater, hey, gonna get chilly here soon. Yeah, that's right. It's in the 70s this week, baby. Gonna get chilly soon. I'm talking about the food. If you've already worked with somebody or you're working with somebody and they've given you a price, don't buy it. Get American Energy Home Pros out to your house for free. Let them take a look at whatever you've been proposed. And let them give you the second opinion, a second price. That's it. They'll save you money, almost guaranteed. 916-520-90. That's 916 Sorry, Ryan's now whining about the camera shot and everything wrong with it. The branding, the too much headroom, the 916-520. Ryan's got to be a blast on set, I would imagine. I'll bet you everyone around him is like, I really appreciate that input. Thank you. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy making me uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. What? You don't want the truth? I thought you wanted the truth. I thought it was just America. We're right back. Bob Melvin out as Giants manager. We'll talk about it after this.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
She has Aunt Toulouse and she's gone there. I'm not saying anything. Broke into the top 25 this week. UCLA having a rough year. Maybe this year. Come on over to the. All right, Jason laughs. Hopefully he'll be back for 3 for. Oh my God! He's got the double hand wave.
You can listen to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube or the Sacktown Sports app.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm a plumber and needed to get work in the door.
So business was going down the drain?
Yeah, I went to Staples. They printed yard signs, business cards, even flyers to leave at supply stores.
But at what cost, man?
Well, I saved $125 on my order, and now I'm booked solid. Boom!
Back at ya. For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online until 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
In local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
I actually was thinking about this during the break.
What's that?
Chris, do we currently have any? We're always looking for extra help, right?
Are we?
Aren't we always looking for? Don't I always hear like Chris has to work 5 a.m. on a Sunday because somebody had a bachelor party or whatever, and we don't have enough board ops and people on staff.
I just had to do the Niners game.
So we're always looking for people.
Yeah, but it's very rare.
Can we? I'm serious. Can we hire Ryan
For
a
board op?
Yeah, just to get him in the door. Why not? The guy's Emmy Award, Grammy, something, whatever.
Oh, he's already got first part of the EGOT. Huh?
Yeah, he's got the E. Just needs to get the GOT. I want to bring him in here. I think Ryan would have a much different perspective if he was inside the building. You know, can't hurt.
It'd be a win-win.
I think it would be a win-win. He comes in, makes a bunch of changes.
Fixes everything.
Win. He comes in, realizes he sounds like a total moron, has no idea what goes on behind the scenes or why, and then, moves on. Better educated.
That's a win, too?
Yeah, I think it's a win for him. Hey, it's a win for the world. We like to lift up and connect here.
We like to party.
We like to engage.
Which win would you rather it be?
Well, the evil, fun side of me would rather it be the latter. Well, I know it would be the latter. I know that for a fact. It would be the latter. I know that. But the pragmatic side of me, well, if Ryan came in, was right about everything, and could affect a bunch of change, and everything ran beautifully, of course I'd love that. Why wouldn't I love that? You'd love it. We'd all love that.
We love it.
Ryan comes in and addresses us. I'm thinking of another
dress.
Skirt, dress, pants, whatever. I'm thinking of another address I was just watching during the break. I could see Ryan pacing up and down the stage with the Sacktown Sports flag behind him, just being like, all this stuff's done. Okay, there's a new sheriff in town. I'm here to fix all the technical issues and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of bubble gum. Here's how it's gonna be. I worked on that Tom Hanks movie a while back. I know what I'm talking about. And then just lays it out. And then everybody falls in line. I think we should make it a point. To hire as many loyal listeners as we can. Just bring them on the inside.
Okay.
Hey, here's what's going on. Be a good way to do the listener breakfast.
Yes.
They'd be here.
Could serve them one by one.
And, as somebody who probably needs a job, I say we reach out to Bob Melvin. Yeah. Let me change that. Bob doesn't need a job. Always have to keep perspective, because we have a mutual, we all love Bob Melvin. Anyone who's ever interacted with Bob Melvin loves Bob Melvin. Right. He's a class act. He's somebody I grew up watching when he was a backup catcher to Bob Brentley. Idolized his squat, more like his bend. As unique as Tony Pena's squat was, Bob Melvin's was. And then watching him come up the ranks and turn into an excellent manager, the way he's always been towards us at spring training. Now, I know there's Giants fans listening right now, understandably, who are like, I don't care how he treated you at spring training. I care how he... And you're right, of course. I'm speaking to the man himself, and that he's a good dude.
Right.
And he doesn't need a job. Bob Melvin doesn't have to work another day in his life. Bob Melvin's made some cash. But I don't think Bob Melvin's anywhere close to being done. And I also don't know if Bob Melvin could do anything else. And what I mean by that is I don't know that Bob doesn't strike me as an analyst on TV.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he'd be bad. He's very, not that he doesn't have fire to him, but he's kind of very chill in that aspect. I can't really see him doing TV. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he's going to want to grab another managerial spot. And I think Bob did some excellent things, obviously, with the A's. And I think Bob, in the end, was kind of a victim of circumstance when it came to the Giants.
Yeah,
in the end, that's what it is.
It's a weird kind of last couple years for him, because he did a great job with the A's. The A's gave him permission to talk to the Padres, which, when that happened, I thought, oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Padres, an incredibly talented lineup, and it just they made some changes there. So then there's an opportunity in San Francisco. He gets to go back to the Bay, place where, he played for the Giants, played a cat. Like, there was just a lot of connections. And I know he wanted it to be more successful. So it's been a weird run the last few years for him.
It has. It has. And, I know it's easy to say this, but look, if I'm Bob Melvin, bro, take the year off.
Yeah, and then on the Giants part of it, I was
find yourself
looking up some things on them. It just feels like they've always been a good team. Since 2014, the last of that 3-year World Series run, or 10, 12, 14, they've had 3 winning seasons and 2 trips to the playoffs.
Yep. And they had that
107, like crazy, best year in Giants history.
Super random.
But other than that, it's, they've been around 80, 81, 78 wins. Not terrible. Not great.
No, but I think it's safe to say that the Giants kind of, like, you look at what the Mets did this year, or didn't do. Their collapse. They're missing the wild card. But the Giants always seem to fall under the radar, and I don't think they should. And I say this as a Giants fan. You could make an argument, honestly, there is a way to make an argument. I'm just not going to, I don't have the time to do it. But I wonder, Jason, so you said 2014. So let's just call it 2015 to make it an even 10 years. I wonder if over the last 10 years you took everybody's payroll and the combined wins and you divided them. I'll bet you the Giants probably have a bottom 5 cost per win in the league. They're consistently in the top 10 in payroll. And like you said, they've had 2-3 winning seasons in 10 years.
Yeah, and the one's just a crazy outlier, 107. I mean, they've never done that before.
No. So they have, especially from a financial standpoint, they've been massively underachieving.
Right.
And I would say that, I'm just looking here to make sure, he did not manage in 2010 between Arizona and Oakland. He went straight from Oakland to San Diego for 2 years, and he went straight from San Diego to the Giants. So for the last 22 years, Bob Melvin has managed 21 of them. Now, look, for all of us that have worked careers and stuff, I get it. People work every year, but maybe it's time to chill.
Yeah,
maybe take a year off. As Chris said, find yourself.
Find yourself, Bob.
Yeah.
If he gets back in, if someone wants him, then jump back in.
I think they will. We'll take a break. Hey, Sean Salisbury is going to join us next, fresh back from the marriage of his adult child and some time in Hawaii. We'll talk to him, followed by me leaving, and then 4 Down Territory. The rest of the show with Jason, DeMontis Sabonis at 9 a.m. A word from Gonzalez Law coming up next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well, she has yet to lose since she's gone there. I'm not saying anything. Broke into the top 25 this week. UCLA having a rough year. Maybe this year. Come on over to the. All right, Jason left. Hopefully he'll be back for 3 for. Oh my God! He's got the double hand wave.
You can listen to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube or the Sacktown Sports app.
Do you have something that maybe you had done in your past, a mistake you might have made that's still following you around and you just can't quite shake free? Well, that's something that can be taken care of if you get in the right company, and that right company is Jonathan Gonzalez. Gonzalez Law, it's something he's specialized in, is expungements, which can help you get some of your rights back. So if you're looking for some representation in that area with an expungement, maybe criminal defense, car accident, wrongful termination, sexual harassment cases, Jonathan Gonzalez has the experience, the knowledge, the know-how, all of that, and he will help. He's done it for many, many years, has been very successful, is right here, local in our community, and is someone that you can reach if you've got those questions. It's SAClegaldefense.com. He is Jonathan Gonzalez. It's Gonzalez Law. Call him at 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year-end savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
There are plenty of reasons to love golf in Northern California. With giant redwoods lining the fairways, the best Alistair McKenzie course you've never played is Northwood Golf Club's 9-holer along the Russian River. The 7th hole at Pebble Beach is a beauty or a beast. Play a sandwich or a 3-iron depending on the direction of the wind. Down the road a bit, Pacific Grove Golf Course sports a gazillion-dollar ocean view and a green fee about 1/10 of Pebble Beach. San Francisco's Presidio Golf Course survived the 1906 earthquake and was home course to President Teddy Roosevelt. You can tee it up on the ocean at the links of Bodega Harbor at dawn and tap in at sunset in the mountains at Old Greenwood in Truckee. Unlike Caddyshack's Carl Spackler, a good superintendent goes unnoticed working behind the scenes. Green thumbs up. There's a lot to love about golf, and as columnist Thomas Boswell wrote, when you fall in love with golf, you seldom fall easy. It's obsession at first sight. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Now's the time to get into that Ram 1500. It's a drive and fall event at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where they offer the lowest prices in town. They have the biggest and best selection and unmatched customer service. And right now, 0% financing. 0% financing for 72 months on the new 2025 Ram 1500. There's a reason why people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's because it's the place where a handshake still means something. Centrally located right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course and online at sacssuperstore.com. Financing and approved credit Ram 1389 for $10,000 borrowed.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, something's wrong with our text line, 916-339-1140. We've not gotten a text today.
Is that right?
I've never seen that.
Wow.
Something's goofy. Borscht. Hey, there's Leezy in the chat. That's what I was going to say, and then we got on something else. Leezy came up and introduced himself, spoke. We had a good couple of conversations. I'm very proud of Leezy. Media Day, it's a long time ago. Look, this happens a lot. I'm sure you get it too, where someone will send you something. Hey, I'm trying to break in, or hey, what do you think of this? And I know I try, and I know you do too, to listen to everything and at least give some words of encouragement, critique. And I remember it was years ago, Leezy sent me a YouTube video. He did put a ton of work into it. And I'm, I won't go into everything I said to him, but, there were a couple of, there was a lot of great stuff. And I remember saying, I think there was, I think his music was too high and you couldn't hear his voice. And then he was really getting drowned in stats, which is a problem I used to have. I still have that, actually. And so we had some back and forth online about that. And always kind of kept tabs on him through the years and, see him in the chat. And, he listens to the other guys too, and that's fine. Not everybody's perfect. And he came up and introduced himself yesterday and said some very kind words.
See?
And not about the show. Oh. Just about me. And and that's one of the coolest parts about getting older in this, I guess. And I explained to him too, when you say stuff like somebody will say something like, "Hey man, hit me up anytime, anything I can do." a lot of times that's the same line as, hey, sweetheart, do you need help with the dishes?
Mm-hmm.
But I really mean it. I know you do too. And I explained to him yesterday, like, you may or may not know, because used to everybody knew. Now I've been around so long, maybe some people didn't. I was a caller, as you very well know. And my dream was to get into this business. And guys like you and Steve Buzzard and Coase and Grant and Whitey and so many people who didn't hire a Castletine just beyond help me, advised and were honest. And I think it's important you got to pay that forward.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay that forward, not just because it's the right thing to do, but also the next generation of whoever's.
Right. Not me.
Yeah.
I take the ladder and pull it up.
Well, it is. Honestly, it's one of the first things I tell people who say, I want to get into the business. Do you have any advice? And my first is always don't. It's changing. You have a much greater chance. Odds are a much greater chance of spending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years of your life trying to do this and break through and being frustrated. And we've seen it. We've seen it here. We've seen people come in and out of here, and they hit a ceiling, hit a wall. You're blocked by other people. It just doesn't work. You have the wrong boss, or you're just not. You don't have it. Whatever it may be. Right. And we've seen that 95% of the time. For every Matt George, I'll use Matt. Matt came in here as an intern, and then next thing you know,
was last intern.
Yeah, and now I see him yesterday on, was it football or something? And I see Matt doing a promo like, "Hey, tune in to Newshead for Sports." You see Matt's dumb face on the TV, and I say that with love. And I was like, "Hey, look at that!" I don't know. I don't know why I'm bringing Matt up, other than just I saw it yesterday, and I was.
You didn't see him out there yesterday?
No. Did I not see Matt?
Yeah.
Was he out there?
He was.
Oh, I did not see him. I didn't. I saw Kevin John. I saw Jason Anderson. I saw a lot of the other guys. I saw James Ham.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to James, but I did see him. We were always busy at the wrong time. But I didn't see Matt. Oh, anyways, well, I saw him on TV yesterday. It just reminded me. But for every one of Matt George, there's, 50 that just kind of come in and out. Mm-hmm. Long way of saying proud of Leezy, and I'm glad to see he's pursuing his dream. I'm also vamping because I'm waiting on Sean Salisbury. Do we have any? You thought what? Is he 8-12? I don't know.
He usually gets on me for that.
Oh, Sean does? Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Well, all right.
We got a few more minutes.
The other thing is, I don't know if you have a go-to piece of advice, but it's always if you want to get into sports radio, think about whatever subject either that day or in general you're most passionate about. And the next time you're in the shower, grab a shampoo bottle. I think Coase told me this. Grab a shampoo bottle by yourself and just talk into it like a microphone and see if you can do that for the duration, 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now do that for 45 minutes, an hour.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's impossible or it's just that's oftentimes an eye opener.
Yeah, I think it depends on where you are in the conversation, how far along, like where are they, like if you start to get the pushback a little bit like, oh, your job's easy, I could do that. It's like, well maybe
you could.
I'm not saying you can't.
Give it a shot.
But I also think sometimes it's a little bit more difficult than you think. I'm not saying it by far not the most difficult job. No one's saying that. But and then like you said, you'll run into some people that know everything about sport. Like there's know-it-alls. I'm not even saying that in a negative way. Like they know every too deep, all this stat and this. It's like, that's great. But I mean, if you have that, can you tell that in a compelling way, or is that just going to end up going, wow, that's a lot of stuff you just threw out there.
It's a lot of it is the tightrope you have to walk between the data and the info, and also not being like, and then they had 3 strikes in the play, and then
the fourth inning when
right.
Who I think would make a great broadcaster. He's got all the skills for it. Your daughter, Dave.
That's Avery.
Yeah,
not Dave.
I said your daughter,
Dave. Did you know? Well, of course you did.
Any more feedback from Too Soon June?
Too Soon June?
No. Yesterday, she on a week from today is her first video vignette do. It's a 5-minute max thing, like basically on, you get to choose whatever you want. It's their very first one. So hers was like, what it's like to be in the USC marching band from, and she interviews, she's interviewed a bunch of people in the band.
It is fun.
Some football players. No, not at this school, dude. No, I saw her B-rolls on this, or they're all little actresses and actors, dude. And so they're all like super professional. Interviewed a couple of football players, exactly. And first off, it's her first experience with lav mics. If you know what a lav mic is, it's basically the clip-on mics that you see that are kind of the little remote thing on the side. Well, she didn't listen to me on a couple of things as we prepped, and one of them was she didn't do a sound check, and so half of the stuff she got was overmodulated, meaning it sounded like this. So as I've said before, she is a hoarder, like both of her grandmothers. And I think the most interesting thing with her coming up this weekend for her 18th birthday is going to be to watch her slowly spiral into absolute frantic depression. Because she told me yesterday that for this 5-minute vignette, she was totaling everything up. She has 3 hours and 45 minutes of footage.
Editing will be fun.
It's going to be maybe the toughest thing she's ever done in her life. Also, one other note before we get Sean on, too. I can't remember if I brought this up on the air or off the air. But I was trying to figure out that if you took all the pee you've ever peed in your life. Did I bring that up on the air or off the air?
Off the air.
Oh, it was. Okay. If you take all the pee you've ever peed in your life and you were on stage and it was $1 million question, would you be able to fill the average backyard swimming pool? And so we actually did some research on this. The average person urinates 1 to 2 liters per day. So you basically take your age, multiply it by 365. And then the average backyard swimming pool is between right around 50 and 70,000 liters. So I would not be able to fill it up. And by the way, this is at 2 liters a day. I'm assuming we're all well hydrated. You would not be able to fill it up, but you'd be closer. What I figured out is basically assuming 2 liters and going with about 50,000. You have to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 63 years old.
Okay.
We'll see what Sean thinks. I figured out, Sean, yesterday. Well, first, let me just ask you right off the top, and good morning, and I want to get into your world over the last week. But if I had you on stage and I was offering you $10 million and I said you have to get the answer to the question right. The question, Sean, is if you took all the pee you've ever peed in your entire life from when you were an infant till now, would there be enough to fill the average backyard swimming pool? Would you guess yes or no?
Gosh dang, that's a hell of a question. 10 million's on a line?
Yeah, bro. At 10 million, it's a yes or no.
You're talking about a full in-ground swimming pool.
I'm talking about your average backyard in-ground swimming pool. Average.
No, I'm going to say no.
Okay, and I think, hold on, let me do some math. Yes, I know your age. Yes, the answer is congratulations, Sean. You get the millions of dollars. I figured the average human urinates 1 to 2 liters a day. The average size of a backyard swimming pool is between 50 and 70,000 liters. I believe at your age you would be in the very high 40s. You have to be, I think, low to mid 60s in order to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say probably halfway through. You still wouldn't. You know how you tell your kids we can't get in until it's a new pool. We can't swim in it yet. That's what it would be. And they'd say, well, I want to swim in the pee too, so let me jump in there. So either way, there you go.
You know,
I just won $10 million. Where's my check?
That's right.
Congratulations.
In the mail.
Bonneville will be sitting that along the way. Also,
yeah, I've heard that one before in my life from people. Hey, Sean, it's in the mail.
I also want to know, and we'll get to football, did anyone ever figure out, was the old wives' tale we heard as a kid that if you peed in the pool, like they had a chemical in there that would turn it purple? Yeah. That's not real, right? Because that would be...
Well, I could tell you this. I tested it in Hawaii. It ain't real, dude. And I figure in the ocean, it's free go because the salt water kills it anyway, or somebody's drinking it. So, hey, why not? If you test it. Now, one of these times I'm going to test it, and it's going to go red, just like the old, hey, you got to wait 20 minutes to a half hour before you get back in after a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Mom and Dad, are you full of crap? Yeah. Anyway, pay attention. That's right.
Hey, listen, and heartfelt congratulations.
Yeah.
I can't even wrap my mind around marrying off one of my children. You had the opportunity to do that. I explained on the air last week. Great, the best possible excuse to not do the show. You're off in Hawaii, not only hopefully enjoying your time there, but also seeing one of your kiddos betrothed. Congratulations to you and your baby.
Thank you. Now, say that again in about a year when my daughter, who's now engaged, just got engaged, when she gets married, I'll either kill the guy or, love him, one of the two.
Right.
It'll be different. Like, wait, that's my baby girl. You better make sure. Now, my son can handle himself. He married a great family. She's a phenomenal young lady, and couldn't be, brings tears because I couldn't get through it without crying something. It's my middle child, but my first one married, and it hit me because him and I are extremely close. And I couldn't be more proud of the man he's become. And, having it in Hawaii and then him and I being able to go play golf alone and with the group and having all my kids there, it was a special experience. And Hawaii's Hawaii. Even if it was an average, something you didn't want to do, it's Hawaii. But it was planned, well, simple, and they looked fantastic. And he is a great husband and a great father. He reminds me of my dad. And my dad was phenomenal, just the traits. And she's a lucky woman, but he's also a really lucky guy. And I couldn't be more proud of him. I love him to death, and it was an awesome honor. So thank you.
That's awesome. I was going to ask if you got anything fun in there. Well, it sounds like you golf, though. That had to be great golfing out there.
Hey, listen, you know what's crazy? Well, you're spraying it around, but it's Hawaii. Like, I snap-hooked that ball, but it's good. But on the same hole, if you go and look at Manalani's, signature, it's the 15th, where it's the ocean behind it, a pretty long par 3. And I don't want to pat myself on the back, but when it comes to golf, every now and then you got to, because most of the time you're looking for your ball. But, the sights and sounds are awesome. But back-to-back days, I hit an iron to that green, and wind was kind of blowing sideways. And I hit the first one to 2.5 feet. The next day, I hit it the same hole to 5 feet. The first one I thought was going in, and I've never made a hole in one, and which is typical. Sean, great shot. 3-putt both greens. Great. So you take your par. So I didn't make birdie on either one, but the beauty of those courses, even if you're not playing well. So, yeah, we had some fun, too, and it was, when you – thank you.
Sean Salisbury joining us. All right, so my Niners, dude. Bubblegum and string for the first 3 games. Nick Bosa out. And Trevor Lawrence was not only not sacked, there was not a single hit on him. So we can obviously get into the game and all that. But when I saw that stat, I thought of you. Obviously, you playing under center in the NFL. There's got to be something when there's a pretty decent chance you're not going to be picking turf out of your face mask. Is that something you're aware of as the game goes on, the lack of the pass rush getting to you that maybe helps you, whether it's physically or mentally, through your reads and calm down a bit? Because that's what seemed like Trevor was doing.
Yeah, oh, my goodness. Bad quarterbacks become average. Average ones become good. Good ones become great when you're sitting there with the jersey. Yeah, Dave, I think it's a great point. You do notice it. There's a couple now. You don't usually get that where you walk off the field, you say, damn, I started, we won, and they don't even have to wash my jersey other than a little sweat hanging out a little bit because my line, and on my team we had a really good advantage of it because we had Innerman and Randall McDaniel on the same, both in gold jackets, you know what I mean? So, But yes, you feel it going on. You say, damn, just kind of like you draw it up. You know when you're saying, we're not going to give up any sacks, all the goals you set up, it's like, damn, this one came true. I didn't get hit. It's not even just the sacks. Man alive, I feel bad for the rest of the guys that are getting hit because this is clean. And then the confidence rolls and you think there's nothing they can do. And when you're not hitting a quarterback, and Trevor Lawrence, who's had his ups and downs in his career, and their defense has actually reared their head a little bit this year. So when you're not hitting the quarterback and they're making plays on one side of the ball enough against a good 49ers team that's trying to get better, and on the other side you're forcing quarterback fumbles and picks, it's a really good – you can beat them in the parking lot, beat them on the road, beat them at home. So, yes, but you are very aware because you'll go through it and you'll say, in the middle of the third quarter, you're like, good gracious, I normally give my line a high five for, man, you guys keep battling, we're going to get through it. And now you're sitting there, not only keep battling, man, I guess I got to give you an early season bonus and take you out to double dinner this week because I have not been touched. And I can tell you this, the easiest thing in the world, I heard Aikman on a couple broadcasts ago, you really, when you're not getting hit and the quarterback has 3.5, 4 seconds to deliver the ball, every one of us should be in the Pro Bowl with that kind of time. And it's a problem right now for the 49ers, no doubt. And they've got to protect the football, and Brock's got to be better.
You know, Sean, this season already has had way too many injuries, but it seems like it happens every year. I'm curious, as a former player, where you stand on this. On Sunday night, it was a great game, great theater. We ended in a tie. I hate them, but I'm not the one out there getting hit for 4 quarters plus. Where do you stand on ties? Do we need a resolution in those regular season games? Or are you comfortable with it?
I think it's the worst thing that we get. We got gimmicks all the way around. In baseball and in football, as a guy who's been through, getting through and trying to get to overtime, why can't we adopt something? Hell, we got gimmicks all over. Even if you're going to give me a gimmick or the college way, I'd rather have that. We should have no sport ever end in a tie. And I know we have soccer and go through penalty kicks, but in truth, it never should. 40-40, and people say, well, what about injuries? Well, don't tell me the NFL cares, because guess what? You're going to turn around and play 4 days later on a Thursday at times. So I don't want to hear that. And they make enough money. They've got 53-man rosters and more, and it's okay. You play whether it's put them on the 20, have a field goal kickoff, which I like in any game like that for all 3 phases have to come into play, which they finally did, which I've been begging for 15 years or however long it's been, to give both teams at least one possession. We've been waiting on so now offense, defense, and special teams all come into play in overtime because you got to kick, you got to cover. Then you get the ball back and your offense is on the field, and if they score, they got to kick and cover, all those things. I love the new overtime rule. I hate the fact that we don't play sudden death afterward, that you do for 1 quarter, but the game needs to be extended. Well, Sean, an extra hour. Oh, well. Oh, and what am I supposed to? No, he can't go. Well, you better have good depth on your roster, and you better be deep. You better understand. Most players don't want to quit in a tie either. This is a dumb rule. It should never exist. And a game like that where 80 points are hung on the board, we got to close it out. It's awful, and I think it's a horrible, horrible way to end a game. We don't need a tie category in the NFL.
Why did the Chargers lose to Jackson Dart and the Giants? That was interesting. First game in there, Chargers have been, I know they'd had a couple of escapes, but still in a lot of power rankings, the number 1 or number 2 team in the league. They go into New York. You got no Russ Wilson. You got this rookie go in there. What was your takeaway from that?
Yeah, and Dave and guys try to come up with try to describe this league week to week. It's nuts.
All right.
And if you're a gambler that relies on it, you're probably an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we all like to bet. It's like, man, the NFL, this is nuts. I'll tell you why. One is that energy at certain every year. We don't get undefeated teams where you're out of sync. You travel across country. Quarterback's not as sharp as normal. You get another offensive lineman banged up, and before you know it. And I've always said this, and it exists in everything. Like, for instance, the Reds and the Dodgers. Francona's done a great job. You let the Reds hang around in a 3-game series, the Dodgers can lose this series. Same thing. I've seen it happen a million times. The team who's not supposed to win hangs in it. 3rd quarter. Now you get to the 4th quarter, and now what happens on the sideline? You start looking around to your own teammates, and you're thinking, uh-oh. Now it's 1 player, 1 series instead of a full game away from one bad mistake they capitalize. And I'm going to tell you something I believe big in-game momentum. I'm not a game-to-game momentum guy, confidence-wise I am, but game-to-game, in-game momentum. They have a quarterback who brought a different energy. Everybody responded. Even though his numbers weren't gaudy, if you watch the game, and I watched the whole game because I wanted to see Jackson Dart, I would have started him out of the preseason. And sometimes I don't believe in it. I think Russell Wilson is because he's a backup in this league now. He was a backup in New York. He's got to have a bunch of guys around him to bring energy. And I think that Jackson Dart's energy was real and not manufactured at times. And I feel like that with Russ Wilson at times at this stage of his career. Been a hell of a career. But Jackson Dart's a better player now, regardless of the 400-yard passing game. It's just the people around. You saw the way the defense responded. It isn't just your offense. It's the way guys respond. And it wasn't just the gaudy stats. That's why stats can be overrated. The energy on the first drive. He goes down there, boom, they're going. And you saw Brian Dable's hug at the end of the game. It was almost like he said, dude, I got a chance to save my gig here. It was just a different feel. And it permeates, man. It does. And some guys go into a game, one bad – look what's going on with Cincinnati. one bad thing happens and watch them. They were pathetic. And again, there's a different energy that goes on, and Jackson Dart found that. Now, to sustain it's a hard thing, but they had it, and they showed it. And in the end, the difference between a good team and a bad team in the league normally is quarterback play, about 2 or 3 players, and about 6 to 8 plays a game. And the Giants did it better than the Chargers did this past weekend.
Sean, something we were talking about earlier from last night, the 2 Monday night games, the injury to Tyreek Hill, which looked awful. Looks like he's obviously going to be done for the year, and we don't know what he'll be again after this. But his reaction was interesting in the fact that, he's kind of applauding when he's leaving. He was, it just, what was your read on how he handled that?
Oh, yeah, first, you're right, the gruesome stuff, and you wish him well. That's an unfortunate part of the game, but the part of the game that none of us want to watch a replay and none of us want to see. Guys, I still have not watched, after all these years, and I've interviewed Joe a million times, I still have not watched a replay of Joe Theismann and after the first live one, of Theismann and Lawrence Taylor. I've still not watched it. I've been a guy who blew out his knee twice, but that was different, and I've had a compound fracture as well. I won't watch and still haven't after all these years. So I haven't watched the replay of the injury either, and I won't. But the reaction was odd, and I still don't get it. I'm trying to figure it out and give him the benefit of the doubt. Was it was it a smile, but that grimace smile that you get?
Sean,
but it almost looked like a happy smile. Yeah.
Sean, sorry, I was talking about this earlier, and I have a theory. I dislocated my knee in basketball in high school, and I know NFL basketball, but still, it's the same injury. Tore everything, and you did this too. So I'm curious. When I was taking a ride to the hospital, I had like the craziest euphoric feeling, and so I started looking it up, and it's like when you get that injury, you get flooded with dopamine and all this stuff. And I was like, it was like there was almost no pain after it being horrific pain. And then I was in like the greatest mood for like 15 minutes, almost like an out-of-body experience. And I was wondering if that happened to him. And also, now that you talk about it, if you remember anything like that happening.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think people do react different because for me, it wasn't the physical pain.
Yeah.
I can remember the first time it happened with the sidelines. My mom and dad were at the game. My pops came down like a parent would. Mm-hmm. And when they tell you, and that look the trainer gives the other trainer and then the coach,
yeah,
you're like, oh, no. And it's like seeing the reaction of my pops and him putting his arm around me, it's going to be okay. For me, it wasn't the physical pain. It was I was opposite of you. I got no euphoria out of it. Mine was, this is going to be grueling. And because it's the first time it really ever happened to me, it was a season-ending, oh, my gosh, what's going on type of injury, right, with the lower half. I had it, in high school, some injuries, but nothing like that. And it was going to be the first challenge that way. And then the second time, my thought hit me of I was pissed. It was at Arizona State again, same field, same side of the field. Then I shredded it ACL this time, and my thought, I made him put me back in the game. I taped it up like a mummy. I went back out there, and I dropped back to pass, and I put my foot in the ground, and I fell to the turf. And I was so angry and upset because then it hit me like, what's this going to do the rest of my career? That hit. So I was opposite of you. There was nothing about me that was happy. But watching him, maybe he hit what you hit, the dopamine you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's one of those that you're clapping your hands at, okay, now I'm going to hit this rehab. Or maybe whatever it is that's going through his mind, only he'll be able to answer that because some have. But it was not the physical pain. For me, it was the mental and emotional anguish that I went through.
That's Sean Salisbury each and every week, brother. Again, congratulations to you and your family. Glad you got some time out there. And, hey, man, you're not going to have as much fun this week, but hopefully we get some good football. We'll talk to you Tuesday.
There you go. Can I say one thing real quick?
Of course.
To all you young turn guy, fair catch the ball on the 2-yard line. Could we please get some football IQ, Jets? Oh, that's right. They're 0-4. Yeah. What a shock when you saw it last night. So we'll catch that up another time because I guarantee you some guy's catching a punt at the 5-yard line this week and going to try to return it. So around the league. We'll check it out.
Amen, brother.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. That's Sean Salisbury. We will take a break when we come back. More of the show. Got an hour and a half left. I'm off to the speaking of golf, So baton over to you. Have fun.
Okay, we'll do.
Not too much, though.
Sabonis coming up at 9.
Domantas Sabonis coming up at 9. More of everything right after this.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
It's Championship Night at Stockton 99 Speedway, Saturday, October 11th. Pro Late models, mini stocks, legends, pure stocks, and mini modifieds in an all-out war for the crown. Kids 10 and under are always free. Grab your crew and hit Stockton99.com for tickets and info. Then be there when the dust settles and legends are made.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app. The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, we got more from Media Day coming up. Thanks again to Sean Salisbury, who just joined us. We had Zach LaVine from Media Day yesterday in the 7 o'clock hour to start the 9 o'clock hour. Domantas Sabonis. We'll have him from Media Day. That'll be coming your way. But right now, you hear that music. You know what it means. It is 4 down territory time. Chris, first down.
Give us your top 5 teams in the NFL.
All right, we've got another week wrap up. So let's give you our top 5, my top 5, after 4 weeks. At number 5, I think I might have had them number 1 last week, but a really bad loss. I still think they're really good. But a puzzling, kind of confusing loss. I remember by the end of the year last year when the Ravens were making their long run in the playoffs. They ultimately didn't get there, but I was thinking, you know what was a really weird loss was when the Raiders went into Baltimore last year and beat the Ravens. Just didn't make a lot of sense. And I'm thinking we'll be saying that later in this year too, and we said it now, but the Giants hosting the Chargers this last week and winning that game didn't really add up. To me, Jackson Dart's first game, a rookie. The Giants had been booed on Sunday night, played terribly. Chargers had swept their division. It was looking good for them. Well, the Chargers lost, so I'm going to punish them, move them from 1 to 5. They're still 3-1. Still think they're really good. They got a lot of things to build upon, but a bad loss for them. They come in at number 5. Tampa Bay was one of the undefeated teams. They played Philly, got down big, came back, nearly pulled off the comeback, but did get their first loss of the year. I'm going to have them at number 4. At number 3, let's go with the Detroit Lions. After a rough week 1, they have responded with 3 in a row. They've been good at home. They dismantled the Browns, which is exactly what you want to do. And so for everyone that goes, they just played the Browns. Okay, well, the Chargers.
Yeah, they just played the Browns.
They just played the Giants and lost. Like, look, any given Sunday, we know everybody's capable of defeating you. You can't take any game lightly. And the Lions didn't. Ended up it was a closer game than you thought going into the fourth, and they got that separation and ended up winning. So I have them at number 3. At number 2, there are 2 undefeated teams left. These are where the last 2 will live for me, and it's a coin flip, but I'm going to put the Bills at number 2. Obviously a team that's got a lot going for them. Josh Allen playing well again. Cook has run the ball well for them. Got a good defense. Beat the Saints. That game was a little more competitive than I thought it would be, but they did win. Not going to penalize them for that. And number 1, I'm going to put the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, one of the last 2 that are still undefeated, at number 1. All right, second out.
Give us your bottom 5 teams in the NFL.
The bottom 5. Oh, yeah. Someone's got to live there. Someone's got to occupy these last spots. At number 5, or 28, let's say, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So the 5th worst team in the NFL. They had an impressive win a couple weeks ago, and then just awful this week. New England just punked the Panthers. So the Panthers come in at number 28 for me. At number 29, the 4th worst team in the league, even coming off of a win as recently as last night. The Dolphins have been bad. They won. They beat the Jets. Every win counts. You add them all up at the end. They did lose Tyreek Hill. That was a bad injury, but they have not played that great at all. They haven't looked that good. They look a bit disorganized at times, and so I'm going to put them at 29. At 30, the Jets, still winless. Jets. Jets. Yeah, they're rough. It's a rough watch. Remember when people had them getting to maybe the Super Bowl last year? Oof. 30th for them. 31st, the Saints. To me, it's more of a talent issue for New Orleans. It's not an effort, but look, it's a talent-based league. They don't have enough of it. We knew they wouldn't be very good, and they're kind of living up to their expectations at 31. And then at 32, the Titans. They're calling themselves out. They're saying they've looked terrible. Well, they have. So I'm going to put them as the worst team. So again, it's Panthers, Dolphins, Jets, Saints, Titans. All right. Third down.
Brock Purdy is now questionable for the Thursday game against the Rams. San Francisco should play it safe and sit him out this week.
Yeah, I mean, look, the one good thing the 49ers have for them is they do have capable backups. They, obviously they're going to be better if they have all of their regular guys. But in this situation, this game is a swing game to me, and you want to, it's important. There's no holding off to, protect things for later. It's just more about protecting Brock Purdy. If he can't go or is questionable, I don't think you risk that. We know it's an important game. It's Thursday, so it's a quicker turnaround. If the Niners can somehow win and get to 4-1 and sweep the division so far, right, playing each Seattle, Arizona, and the Rams once, that would be massive for tiebreakers, getting losses on the other teams in the division, getting wins in your column. It's a team the 49ers have played very well against. They've got really good knowledge on them. Rams are good, though. This is going to be a tough game for the 49ers with Purdy or without. But I do like what Mac Jones has done, and I think I'm comfortable with him being the 49ers quarterback. It's really what's hurting this team last week was the mistakes Purdy made and a few others, and then certainly the lack of pass rush. So those are things that have to get addressed and get worked on. Whether it's Purdy or Mac Jones, they got to play a cleaner game. And then scheme-wise, defensive-wise, they got to start getting way more pressure on the quarterback. All right, fourth down.
What happens first?
What?
The winless teams win or the undefeated teams lose?
All right, so let's look at our teams in that department. You got the Jets 0-4, you got the Titans 0-4, and you've got the Saints 0-4. So that's what's left that hasn't gotten a victory yet.
More like the Aints.
If you were
I'm copywriting that. No one else has said that before.
I've never heard that. Would you do the and I think they were the first ones that I can remember. I was a kid. It was a long, long time ago. They wore the brown bags over the head. That's such a weird premise. I don't know if I'd ever do that.
I have been proud to see all of the terrible Kings teams come through the city and watch them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put a paper bag over my head.
You're like, I have to watch this, as do you. Well, you don't have to, but I'm going to take this in. What's been the worst experience you've had? Is it like when your team has just been that bad? Has it been Kings?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the last year's Arco.
Yeah.
Probably.
Pretty rough. That's
when I was like buying
season.
like $2 tickets on StubHub.
It's like, yeah, are they going to win? Probably not. I'm just going to watch some basketball.
I had one of my friends be very upset with me because I said, like, hey, I'm just here to have a good time. Like, I know they're probably going to lose.
You can't say that.
If they win, like, hey, good for them. But, like, I said, this is what made him upset. I'm like, I'm not going to, like, my mood isn't going to be controlled by this awful team.
Right. I'm not going to let them do that.
That's what set him over the edge.
You know what's interesting is, as far as this question goes, the winless teams getting their wins, their first win, or the undefeated teams losing. It's not crazy to think it all could happen this week. Let's lay it out for you.
It's been tough looking at Survivor.
It has been. So, like, the Saints haven't won yet, but they're at home and they're playing the Giants. I know the Giants just had a great win, but that's still a rookie quarterback, Jackson Dart. That's not crazy to think the Saints could win. They are actually favored by 1.5 points. The Jets are at home playing the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are better, but not by a lot. That's not absolutely crazy. So then we go to the Titans. This one might be the biggest stretch. Titans are going to the Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 7.5. Now, the undefeated teams, let's start with the Bills. The Bills are at home Sunday Night Football. They play the Patriots. I think they should win, but you start to get division and, you know, just a bunch of knowledge of the other team. I feel pretty good about the Bills. The other one, though, to watch are the Eagles. They're undefeated. They host the Broncos. So it could be interesting to see if that all shakes out this week. But I will say I trust the undefeated teams staying undefeated longer than the winless teams. They just have to get lucky once and move on. So there you go. All right. When we come back, a reminder, coming up at the top of the hour, we will have more from Media Day yesterday. Domantas Sabonis. Dave and I had a chance to talk to him yesterday. You'll hear that conversation. But when we come back, what's hot, what's not, and now that week 4 has wrapped up, how did Bobby Jackson do on Celebrity Pick 6? We've got that answer for you next.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. If you're wondering whether or not you can afford a Mercedes-Benz car, I'm here to tell you you can. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has affordable vehicles which fit nearly any budget. And right now, they're running special deals, including low rates on select new vehicles and leases, including, get this, complimentary 3-year prepaid maintenance on select models. You can't beat that. And they also have you covered with customer cash on their eSprinter vans. And if you're a business owner, you gotta listen to this. You may qualify for thousands of dollars in tax deductions. So go see my good friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They are family owned and they offer fast and reliable sales and service. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is just a short drive right off I-5 or anytime online at mbfstockton.com. And while you're there, tell them Drape sent you.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
What's hot, what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Home Pros, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergy.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, Chris, who or what is hot?
The New York Yankees.
Hey, do tell.
It is the 2025 was the Yankees' 10th season leading MLB in runs, walks, and home runs.
No, can you read that properly?
All other MLB franchises have combined for 6 seasons leading the league in all 3 categories, but they've done 10. Congratulations, Yankees.
Why were you taunting me earlier in the day saying, hey, 3 o'clock today, Yankees, Red Sox, and you have not really owned the Red Sox for years.
I hate their owners.
Oh, so why you're not rooting for them over the Yankees, are you?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not happy about it because I hate the Yankees.
But you hate their owners.
Yeah, I hate the Yankees
Sox.
more than I hate the Red Sox owners.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because they're the Yankees.
But, I mean, that's not an answer. Why else? For what?
Because they're known as they've won the most World Series. They don't need another one.
Okay.
They're the Manchester United.
Your team has won more
MLB.
recently, multiple times.
My team.
The Red Sox, the one you like, hate less.
Yeah. Like, I don't care if they win. I just don't want the Yankees to move forward.
No progress.
Okay. Now, since I'm the one that's the absolute worst at the MLB, I am going to pick what my team will be during the postseason, and it will be the...
Wait, before you say it, I think you're going to pick this team.
Okay, got it. I don't think you'll guess it.
Okay, go ahead.
My team for the 2025 postseason will be...
Is it in the American or National League?
National League.
Okay.
You think you got it?
Maybe.
Okay, now what division?
Well, I wrote 2 down, and they're both National League.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel good.
You don't even want the division?
No, I don't want the division.
Okay.
Okay.
The Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, I did not have it right. Well, okay. Let me see if I can understand your logic. You do like Cincinnati, personally.
Yes.
That
was I didn't think anything of the city, and then I went there like, oh, this is a really cool town.
So you like that. They would also, to get there, they're knocking off the Dodgers.
Correct.
So you would like that.
Yes.
They made it over the Mets, I guess. Maybe that's, I don't even know if you thought about that. But why over the Brewers or Padres?
I've been to Cincinnati.
Okay.
My aunt and uncle like the Reds, so.
Okay.
Hey, isn't Pat a Reds fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the Reds were just here and when they got swept by the A's.
How do you think Pat will take that?
I don't think. I think Pat will welcome you aboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it'd be one of those things of, because there's 2 ways to take it. It's like, come on board, or what I would be if I was a fan, like, no. You don't get to jump on in the postseason.
I don't get that. Like if someone said, hey, I'm rooting for your Yankees. Great. Let's enjoy this together. But I'm like, I would never go, no, where have you been?
Because you haven't, like, you're here for the good times. You haven't been, it's
the
like.
good times.
See, because the Cincinnati Reds right now, the Cincinnati Reds are Pat's parents.
Yes.
And to me, they would be the fun uncle.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, even if he's disappointed, like, he's the cool one.
Yeah, it was like when he comes over, tells us some funny stories. Maybe some are inappropriate, but he's fun. Okay, so you're all in on the Reds.
Dave-like analogy.
Yes.
I don't think it worked.
All right. Well, in this area of where we live, there are Dodger fans. There's a lot of them, but I think you'll have some company, Chris.
See, he's not in here, but I was going to say the Padres, but Kyle's a big Padres fan.
He's wearing a lot of Padres gear. Yeah, we will get into that a little bit later as far as the matchups today. All 4 wild card games. I was so bummed that the Yankees got in the wild card because,
oh no, we didn't win everything. Oh.
Go not Reds. I can't even take the Dodgers.
I think you're gonna go to Pat and say like, "Hey, no offense, but I hope the Reds just get swept."
It's not because of you. It's not a you thing. It's a me thing, and my thing is Chris. No, the Yankees ended up with. They won the last 8, tied the Blue Jays, but didn't have the tiebreaker.
How do you feel about that? Do you kind of wish that they got rid of the tiebreaker to where?
Well, I don't really think they should play another game. Like game 163 to decide who's the 1 seed. But I do think, here's where I think baseball has it right. I like what they're now doing with the wild cards because Tigers, Guardians, Padres, Cubs, Red Sox, Yankees, Reds, Dodgers. It's a 3-game series. That's really dicey. I mean, the road team can easily win. But the fact that all 3 games are at the team with the, quote, better record, that's good. That's fairer. What I don't understand is they don't reseed. And where do you fall in line, Chris? Like, so, for example, Seattle's the 2 seed in the American League. Fantastic year. Yankees won 4 more games than them and are a wild card team. And it's not just in baseball. Other leagues do this. It's like they kind of weigh the division, but when you play the others, I don't know that the division matters. Like, should we have division winners have the most rights, I guess, if that makes sense?
I don't think it works for this. I don't think it really. I like the idea of it because in reality, if you're in the tougher division and you win, that should be taken into consideration as of just the best record. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Wait, so
I'm not saying that this is what has happened, but I think if you win a harder division, you should be like, that's the way to get, I think, around this.
Okay, so in that sense, if we just take the American League by number of teams that have made it, the American League East should be deemed the harder.
The toughest one.
And the Jays did get the 1 seed, but the Yankees have the exact same record.
Yeah.
And they're 4.
But I'm not saying it's this season, but
right.
I'm saying, like, okay, if we're going to put a blanket rule across, it should, like, division winners should be.
If you did it by record, it would
like,
be.
I think you don't have division winner. I think you can just see that. Do you get rid of divisions then?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Like the NBA kind of like. I either think if we go to the NBA, because all we end up doing is looking at the Western Conference. Like the Kings have won the Pacific. Yeah. That's awesome. It's great. But it doesn't really mean anything. I think they should either put way more emphasis on the division and play more divisional games. That's rivalry. Like maybe 6 or 8 games against the Lakers, Warriors, Clippers, and Suns, which is a lot. But now you're putting the emphasis on the division, or just forget it. And it's the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. Same idea here. If you did it just based on record, it would be Blue Jays 1, Yankees 2, the Mariners would be 3, but then the Red Sox are now 4, Guardians and Tigers 5 and 6. In the National League, it would go Brewers 1, Phillies 2, which is what it is. Theirs is kind of lined up better. Dodgers 3, Cubs 4, Padres 5. That lined up perfectly.
Well, hasn't there been talk about if they were to add expansion teams of getting rid of American League and National League?
Possibly, or just realigning it. And yeah, I mean, at this point, since both leagues have DHs, I mean, you could shuffle this whole thing around. But anyway, that's coming up a little bit later today. So that's who's hot. That's who's not. Let's do a little recap of our Celebrity Pick 6. And it was week 4. So if we look back at our leaderboard, Greg Vaughn and Mike Bibby currently at the top of the top. They both went 3-3. In second place, in a tie for second, by himself, not a tie, in solo possession of second. The G-Man, Gary Gerald, got 1 win in week 1. That was a tough week. So this week, our celebrity picker was Bobby.
A shameful performance.
Ooh. For the G-Man, he's getting that? I thought he'd get bump your booty out there, brother.
He's in last place.
Oh. Well, what if someone goes below him? What would he do?
Sorry.
I was trying to lead you into it. All right. So Bobby Jackson was our celebrity picker on Friday. Let's see how he did. Chris, you keep track of these wins and losses for me if you can. Vikings at the Steelers. That was the game in Dublin. And Chris, do you remember who won that game? Vikings or Steelers?
Steelers won that one.
Bobby Jackson took the Minnesota Vikings.
That's such a tough one.
It is.
Because, like, whenever you go across the pond, you don't
those
know
games. So he's 0-1.
One of my favorite things on social media was all of the American journalists being like, wait, so these stadiums are just in the middle of a neighborhood?
Yeah. All right, 0-1, Bobby. That's okay. You could still end up being the leader if you win the rest or win 4 of the 5. Commanders at the Falcons. Do you remember who won that game?
That would be the Commanders.
Did they win?
The Commanders lost.
Yeah, exactly. Bobby Jackson took the Commanders.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh, 0 for 2. That's all right. Jacksonville at the 49ers.
Oh, he's a big Niners fan, so he picked the Niners.
Uh-oh. 0-3.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Bobby Jackson's got to win the rest to go into a first-place tie. Ravens at Chiefs. It was a Chiefs win, right?
Yep.
Bobby took the Chiefs. Bobby's on the board. All right.
Yes.
1-3. Bears at Raiders. That was a Bears win, right?
Yeah.
Bobby took the Bears.
Oh, okay.
2-3. And then last night, Jets at the Dolphins. Winless teams. It was a Dolphins win. Bobby took the Jets.
Oof.
So Greg Vaughn and Mike Bibby 3-3. Bobby Jackson 2-4. Gary Gerald
Shameful performance.
1-5.
Bump your booty out there, brother.
There it is. Wow. Our crew has set a low bar. I always say it every week. No one in the history of doing this, whether we did it online over a couple years or on the show here this year, has ever gone 6-0. Can we get someone over 500? Man, tough leaderboard. But Greg Vaughn, Mike Bibby, Bobby Jackson, Gary Gerald, thank you so much for all participating. We'll have another participant this Friday in Celebrity Pick 6. When we come back, more from Media Day yesterday. It was a fun day out there. We're going to have some interviews. We already heard from Zach LaVine. We got Domantas Sabonis coming up. We got more coming your way tomorrow. But up next, Domantas Sabonis from Media Day. Dave and I sat down with him yesterday afternoon. You heard that conversation next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting. Just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Zach Geloff, out with that dislocated left shoulder, underwent successful surgery in Los Angeles in late September. Should be fully recovered and expected to return in 2026. Left-handed pitcher Sean Newcomb felt left elbow inflammation and unfortunately is out with the rest of the season after feeling tightness in his left elbow following his most recent outing. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Joining us right now, the 5, the big man, the man in the middle, the one, the only, from Gonzaga, Domantas Sabonis. How are you?
Good, doing good.
Have you added any more family members since we last talked?
Yes,
you've been a busy guy,
one
dude.
Kid. One little baby.
How are you sleeping?
Great. So, we've been blessed, and they're pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? You're getting good sleep?
Yeah. Lucky.
Pisses me off.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for all of us like that.
Lucky.
Are the kids policing one another yet? Are they taking care of one another yet?
2 of them are sharing rooms now, so maybe they wake up a bit early, but they're through the night now, so that was the goal before training camp started, to get them through the night.
Having little ones at home really, if you know, I always have this theory, kids are selfish. They take. They don't care about you. You got to always help them. But when you've had a tough day or a good day at the office, you go home, they don't care that you play basketball.
Yeah.
It's a whole different perspective.
Yeah. That's the best part, to get to be home. They're waiting for me, they know I should be back at a certain time, so we got to make sure we.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do they realize you're a professional athlete, that you play basketball? Do they know that?
Yeah, they know that I play basketball. They know the arena, they know the Kings. They're like, as long as my daughter's like, as long as Slamson gives you 3 lollipops on the way back, we're good. So I got to make sure I get 3 lollipops.
So your father was an absolute legend. You've had a pretty darn good career yourself. How are you going to do that with your kids? Is that something you're open to? You're going to encourage? How are you going to handle that?
My dad never pushed it on me. It just naturally happened where I just love the game. I see it happening with my oldest son. And, I'm going to do the same thing, hopefully, him watching me. This summer was the first summer, he's with me in the gym, 6 a.m., doing every workout, full workouts, court, so that was really cool.
I want a scouting report. I'm sorry, but I imagine his ability to pass is tremendous.
He does pass. My wife's like, stop passing.
Right?
Shoot the ball more.
You know he's going to have awesome court vision.
Yeah.
There's no way that can't be the case. That's amazing.
Yeah. How is your dad as a grandpa?
Yeah.
Is he a good grandpa?
Yeah, he's good. He's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. You know, he's back home in Lithuania, so we always have to make the trip there, or they come here during the season.
We know you love the city. We know you love the team and the fans, but how nice is it? It seems like you have very much enjoyed your proximity to Napa.
Yeah.
Have you experienced much of Amador County and some of the wines on the other side?
Of Napa?
I'm talking about up in our foothills.
There was 2 that I was meant to go, never made it out there, but I've heard, tried wine from up here as well. People send me their wines and want to know their opinion.
Yeah.
So I've done that, but never made it out because usually I'm on Sacramento side during the season and there's no time.
Red, white, does it matter? Different mood, different meal?
Exactly. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have I'm not a big.
Yeah, neither of us.
Neither of us are big wine people. I don't want to make it sound like that, but for red, it would be Camus. And for white, it would be Rombauer for me. Do you have favorites on either side?
I'm more of a Pinot guy for red.
Okay.
Obviously, our cab is our wine is a cab, and hopefully there's going to be a Pinot soon. And it just depends on the meal, like you said, the mood, where you are, everything. So
the life of a winemaker is I'm incredibly always jealous of. You know, they have these beautiful fields. They're pretty much hammered half the day, let's be honest, and they're always eating great food. Could you see yourself when this is all done? Is that something you could see yourself going into full time?
For sure. You know, I feel like I do it now, so it's working.
Might as well do it. Yeah. How about your off season? What was occupying a lot of your time this off season?
Kids, family time, and just working out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, didn't travel too much this year. Really stayed put. You know, obviously had the newborn, but just really enjoyed my time and soaked up.
Yeah, I know you worked out with Doug before. Is it different now, as with Doug being the head coach, or still the same?
Definitely different, way different. Yeah. You know, he's nervous all the time. You know, he's snapping on me. I'm like, what's going on here? No, he's definitely been great. You know, and he's came in and checked in on me throughout the summer, so it's been awesome.
Nice. Didn't we figure out the other day, is it Domas and Keegan are the 2 elder statesmen?
Yeah, longest tenured Kings.
How crazy is that?
I beat Keegan by like
a few months.
Right.
Isn't that bizarre to you, though?
Yeah.
You came over from Indiana like 20 minutes ago, and you were the longest, it seems like, and now you are the longest. Does it seem like you've been here? I don't mean this in a bad way, but does it sometimes seem like you've been here forever, or does it seem like that?
It seems forever. Because when I go back and I know I've spent more time in Indiana than with the Kings. So that's a pretty crazy thing for me to realize, because all my memories are so present from here now, you know, that I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't at all.
Yeah.
But you're here. You are the leader of the team, one of the leaders of the team, and you, of course, have other vets on this team, DeMar and others. Yeah. I'm also sitting with you here. We haven't seen you since last training camp this close. You have a remarkable ability to heal. Because I don't notice, you've got a very clean, scarless face, and every night we would notice that you would have a black eye, a bruised lip, a bloody nose. Is that just genetics or what, man?
I guess, you know, they called me Wolverine growing up, so I don't know. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it stays that way. I can stay Wolverine for a long time.
How much of it is them, and how much of it is the way you play?
I think it's a combination. I don't help myself either,
right?
But I want to win. So sometimes you got to get dirty.
I know last couple years you really worked on the 3. Last year you made a great kind of percentage on it. Is that something you're still targeting this year?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think I got up maybe more than 2 a game. You know, shot it pretty well, and the goal is to increase that number. You know, so I just worked on quicker release. So I feel more comfortable getting those extra shots up.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember a time when you didn't win the rebounding title? Feels like that's just yours now. They should name it after you.
I hope. You know, the goal would be winning it again.
We had Keegan over here earlier, and I asked him about being more of a focal point of the offense. Yeah. And, you know, you're a coach on the floor. You know that. You take that responsibility. Am I right in thinking we haven't even come close to seeing Keegan's full offensive potential?
Yeah, of course. You know, the main thing is just breaking the game down for him, you know, and him picking 2 things that he likes, you know, and really going at it, you know. He's our young prospect. Well, not young anymore, but you know, he's like our baby, and everyone wants to see him do so much, you know, where he should just focus on a couple things right now and, you know, really blossom and, you know, really show us what he can do.
I know you've taken other guys under your wing in the years you've been here. Is the next project for you working on Maxime?
Yeah, Maxime and IJ came to Napa. We worked out. They were with me for a week. And we definitely got some good work in one-on-one. Did everything. They experienced the whole Sabonis camp.
It's interesting bringing up Max because, and I know it's not the same. Look, you spent a lot of time out here. You went to school out here. You came obviously from an NBA background. But are there some similarities? The European background, some similarities in your game that you've kind of seen already?
Yeah, but it's hard, his personality is fully Americanized. He's full American. He's a fake Frenchman, and it's hard to see. I said, did you do something? Nah.
I like that, the fake Frenchman.
The fake French.
Yeah.
But a wine drink, I hope. Look, if you're French, you have to be able to drink. You have to.
I don't know. Wine wasn't mentioned once with him, so I don't know.
Oh, that is fake.
Now that I think about it.
Now that's a flaw.
No wine, no cheese. Get out of here.
As far as the other thing, we've talked to Doug, too, and he's been talking defense. You've been here a long time. I mean, it's obviously something this team needs. Is that something you think you guys as a group can buy into?
For sure. Starting all the way from Scott, he really wants us to compete at a high level, and he's pushing everyone to put that extra effort in, And I always say, in this league, if you put the effort in, you can win at least half of the games. That's just how it is right now. And with the coaching staff and, hopefully we get into our system, how we want to guard, and that even helps us even more.
Look, this is going to be a different year. Not, we always have a rule. We don't really have you guys talk about the past, but let's be honest. De'Aaron Fox is a huge personality on this team. This didn't happen last night. This happened in the middle of the year. But is there something about, with all the turmoil with Coach Brown, with Fox, having that summer, having this training camp, and being able to come into the season without this tornado around you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Last year obviously was a lot. There was always a lot of stuff going on throughout the season. And, personally to me, we were at the table yesterday with Keegan, and we're like, me, you, and Malik are the only ones here in the original team, So it almost feels like I got traded and I'm in a new place. It's me, Keegan, Malik, and Doug Christie.
Same weather.
Everybody else is gone.
Right.
So yeah, it definitely feels different, and at the same time, that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting, and it's like you get to start fresh, but you're in your comfortableness of your own home.
Sure.
Yeah. How about comfort for you personally? I mean, you're not an old player. You're not a young player. You're a veteran. You've been on multiple teams. You've seen it all. You've had success. Do you feel like you're in a really nice spot in your career personally?
Yeah, I'm excited. I just turned 29. Got a couple of years of prime coming up now, and that's the most exciting part. I always talk to my dad, and he's like, "These are the best years." So much more of basketball. You still got that athleticism, in you that you can combine both, and you really have to focus on and really give it a go your next 3 years.
Do you have a favorite matchup in the NBA? One you look forward to more than anything?
No, it changes every time. It's like they throw different defenses at us. So it's just.
No, I'm saying I like when you and Jokic get together.
Okay,
that's
way.
must see TV. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if I can play against the better bigs in the league, the best bigs, that's obviously awesome. Who wouldn't want to go against the best in your field? So that definitely is fun.
Can I just say that's the difference between a pro athlete and me is. I would rather go against everyone who is far weaker than me and just
Pad your
dominate.
stats.
And he's like, no, I want to go against the best.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Well, that and some muscles.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Well, we wish you nothing but the best and a great season ahead. I mean, it's exciting. Do you dread camp, though, now that you've been in so many, or is it still exciting?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Even the last couple of weeks in summer is like you just want to get straight to the games already.
Yeah.
And, camp is like a tease. It's like you're right there, but you're working harder than ever.
Are you guys still going to try to get Keegan to eat more than just chicken and rice this year, or is that a lost cause?
I think that's just a lost cause.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be tough.
Even with his wife, it's not
happening.
happening.
He even said, he's like, I'm not changing.
He's speaking up now, and now he's like, nope, not doing it.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Wow.
We actually brought it up to him.
His fourth year already is like, okay, be yourself. Like, who's the next rookie? Let's pick on him.
Yeah. We brought it up to him. We said, we know there's probably never a chance you're going to get a technical foul. And he's like, yeah, no. He goes, there's a couple times I've almost lost it. What does almost losing it look like for Keegan?
We're scared. He might blow the place up.
One day he's just going to take it. He's just going to destroy the locker room one day out of nowhere.
It's something scary, like literally. Every car would have slash tire or something. I don't know what's going to happen.
Good luck.
Yes.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thanks for all you do. You always give 110% every night. We look forward to watching you play this year. That's Domas Sabonis. We'll be right back after this.
That conversation with Domas. Some takeaways there, certainly if we're talking about the basketball part of things. how he feels like he's in the sweet spot of his career. And we talk about that a lot with athletes, that when you've kind of hit the point of all the knowledge and experience matched up with your athletic ability kind of at its peak, and your strength and your skills. I mean, he's there. He's there right now. He's on the kind of that peak run. He said, yeah, I feel like I got a couple years of prime basketball left, and he's got more basketball than just that. But there's some prime basketball here. And look, he has been a fantastic player. He has some things to still work on. I mean, I think every single player does. And, you know, he's a real interesting case to me, kind of league-wide, because when I talked to, I was at the broadcast meetings last week, the week before, something like that, and kind of when everybody's talking about each other's teams, and, you know, the universal thought on the Kings was, you know, where are you guys? You're not that bad of a team, but you're not a great team. You've got some talent. How does it all fit in together? And then, you know, when I'm talking about them to others and talking about, you know, maybe Sabonis and just like his abilities and skill, and they all seem to appreciate him and know how great he is. And then they go, but, you know, the question is can he be the best player on your team? Is he better if he's the second or third best player? And you know, that's probably the conversation for just about anybody. If you've got a team that's that good and a player that's as skillful as Domantas Sabonis is your second or third best player, that's pretty ideal. And, you know, that's part of the equation the last couple of years. I mean, it's hard to figure out who's better, Fox or Sabonis, but they were both equally important to this team. And when you see top 100 rankings, they both lived in roughly the same neighborhood in those 100 lists and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, Sabonis is a central figure to this team. He's the most experienced player they have that's been in Sacramento. The longest tenured. The results have been great as far as all-league, all-star at times, and rebounding champion. Has picked up his three-point shooting. He mentioned that he was still going to try to increase those percentages. His passing ability, scoring, there's an effort there defensively. I still think that's something that when we air our conversation tomorrow with Doug Christie, you're going to hear just such an emphasis on defense, and that's going to be kind of the push and pull of this team that Dave and I have been talking about, because I think it's pretty obvious that their best offensive players are Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, maybe Schroeder to some extent, Keegan, and Sabonis, and that's probably some version of a starting lineup that we're going to see, or at least a lot of rotation, Malik Monk. But then you start talking about guys that can really get after you a little bit defensively, and that's Keegan. But then that's Keon Ellis, and that's Devin Carter. And so if there's a commitment to defense, do the guys that really stand out on that end play more? Or is there more pressure on the guys that really can score? Because, look, you can't – I know there are two sides to the floor, and I know there's an emphasis. You want the most well-rounded players you can possibly have. That's the ideal world. I don't think the Kings are in an ideal world right now with their roster. And I think it's more than fair, though, to ask of Sabonis and LaVine and DeRozan to be better defensively. I'm not expecting them to be on the all-defensive team. I don't think Doug Christie or Scott Perry is asking or expecting them to be on the all-defensive team. But I think they can all be better defensively, whether that's individually or collectively. And if that is the point of emphasis, they've got to pick up on it. And I know Scott Perry was on with Alan Stiles yesterday. I heard him talking about, you know, his 6 kind of tent pole things, criteria that this team has to have. And I think as the year goes on, they want that identity to be crystallized and know that these are the kind of players that are here. And whether it's the guys that are currently on this roster or by the end of the year, it's what the roster looks like. And then the years going forward, that's kind of the lane they're trying to go down. And so we've heard others say that. I know Monty McNair has said it as far as being good and then sustaining that record and that ability to not just one shot at it. You want to be a playoff team for 5, 6, 7, 8 years if you can. Well, the Kings took one good shot at it and didn't really change the team a lot, but they didn't win as much. And just a 2-win differential from the first Beam team that was a 3 seed to the next year, and they were a play-in team. And then last year a play-in team. And right now that's kind of where a lot of people see them potentially competing. And I think that's fair, definitely fair. And some think they may be out, and that's also fair. I think what we have to do is now see what this group, with some time, with a camp, and with kind of a different direction a little bit. I don't know that it's going to be a drastically different direction. We know Mike Brown wanted this team to play defense. But if there's not only an emphasis but an accountability, I think that has to happen. And if you don't get there, you don't get there. But if that's the goal, you have to put everything into getting to that goal. And I think that's what will be interesting. And I know when you hear Doug's conversation, and I know talking to Scott Perry before on this show or, at different gatherings and such, they really want this year to be a year of identification of that identity, of like really building it, people being able to know what Sacramento Kings basketball looks like. And that to me is a interesting philosophy in this, that it's a fan base and I believe ownership, and understandably wants to win. I mean, I don't think that's a shame on anybody, but would Sacramento Kings fans, would ownership, would the community be, I guess the word is okay, with a team that established the identity that I believe Scott Perry and Doug Christie want? Would you be okay with that if that was a team that didn't win that many games? And not in a way where it's like, hey, they're losing to improve their draft status. It's no, they've created this foundation of an identity that they really now then believe they could build upon. So let me just throw a number out there. If that was a 36-win team that was a 12th seed, I don't know the answer to that because we have to see the context of it. And I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen what their vision of this identity, I know what they're saying, but would a 36-win team that went down that road, that had that identifiable kind of criteria where you go, that's Sacramento Kings basketball, would that please the masses? My gut's telling me no, but I don't know until I see that. And if that is a more defensive focused team that's maybe, incorporated some of the younger guys that you feel like, okay, there's a future here, then maybe it turns into, yep, I don't know. That's where you need to, by throwing out a win total, it feels like a no. But when you go through it and live it and experience it, how will we feel? So it's going to be an interesting year in many ways for this team because of the mismatch of what they have. It's an odd year. It's like if you're going back to the original Beam team, and I've said this a couple times, trying to understand why that team worked, and part of what worked was they stayed healthy. The rest of the West just wasn't as good. It was more of a target number. I mean, 48 wins was nice, and the Kings were the 3 seed, and they deserved it. And remember, there's not a lot of space between what they were that year as the 3 and the Warriors were the 6, and I think that was a 2-game differential. So 3 versus 6 sounds a little bit more drastic than 2 more wins. But that year was Fox and Sabonis, first year of Keegan as a rookie, first year Monk and Herter are here. You had Barnes. I mean, it wasn't this overwhelming stockpile of talent. It was a team that stayed healthy. It was the first year of Mike Brown. Remember, they started 0-4. It was like, oh, boy, here we go again. But they just kind of kept putting it together, got some confidence, got some good road wins, won enough home games, and by the end took advantage of other teams getting injured, other teams making big trades at the deadline that didn't quite gel their teams. That's the year, remember, Durant went to Phoenix, Kyrie went to Dallas, and it was like, well, they're going to go right by the Kings, and they didn't. So my point being is I don't think there was a lot of expectations for that team. And they got to 48, probably surprised people. It was the darling of the league, the Beam team. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was the come up. It was exciting. This year, I feel like expectations are far lower. But what's interesting to me is you could look at the individual pieces and go, all right, Keegan is still here, and now he's in year 4. Sabonis is still here. He's as good, if not better. They're missing Fox. I mean, that's a huge weapon that's no longer here. But instead of Herter and Barnes, now it's DeRozan and LaVine. feels like those are upgrades in some sense. I like some of the young guys and some of the bench. Now, this is getting a little bit more of an optimistic lean, obviously, and I'm not suggesting it's this fantastic team. But you could kind of see how some of the pieces are actually – there's a lot of people down on this team, and that's okay. You feel how you feel about this team. I see there as more talent here that I think people are giving them credit for. To me, the whole question is, can it be put together? And what does it look like? Because it feels like there's a lot of things that just don't match. And whether it's some of the guys in positions or some of your better offensive players aren't as good defensively, the team goal is to be better defensively. How does it that's what my point is. It's like, if it lines up, I think it could work out much better than a lot of people think. And I don't know what that means as far as number of wins or seeding, but you can see it happening that way, but I could definitely see it the other way too. I really could. And I know that's the classic case of sitting on the fence. I'm not making any kind of predictions here. I'm just trying to point out where I see the different directions of this potentially going. I think Schroeder is going to be a really interesting addition to this team, because I know, one, they needed a point guard, literally, and I think he will play that and play that pretty well. He's coming off a great summer. I think his ability to defend and put some pressure will help some of the rest of the defense, but that doesn't mean Zach LaVine and DeRozan and Sabonis and Keegan, if that's the starters, don't pick up their pressure points or relax on their end. It's like if you're having a point guard that's going to do his part, whether it's Carter, Ellis, Schroeder, whoever's in there, Neek, at getting after the opposing point guard and trying to turn him multiple times and pick up full court, you can't have the other guys just sleeping and make a pass up into the front court and it's not denied and defended. So there's going to be a lot on these guys to do this collectively, and I think once this all gets started with today's first practice, and it's a week from tomorrow that the Kings are at home taking on Toronto. So it's here. It's here. And when we talk during the season, you'll hear Dave and I say this, and Alan and the Drive guys, that there's not a lot of practice time. This is the most practice time they're going to have. So scheme, game plan, kind of season goals, that's got to all be implemented now. Because when you get into the season, there's shoot-arounds, there's walkthroughs, there's video. There's every once in a while practice here and there, but there's not a lot of time. So you got to build your foundation now and do it to the best of their ability. So tomorrow we will talk conversations you're going to hear with Isaiah Stevens, one of the guys that's on the other end of this is trying to make his impressions felt and get noticed. We'll hear from Keegan Murray, and we'll hear from Doug Christie, all coming up tomorrow. All right, when we come back, What's on Deck, which is brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. It's a big day. The baseball playoffs, all 4 series begin today. We'll talk about that. We still have crosstalk with Alan Stiles and celebrity birthdays, all straight ahead.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price, and usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money, and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
All right, What's on Deck, brought to you by our friends at Trex Decking and Railing. We'll get into that in a moment. We will have crosstalk with Alan Stiles coming your way here shortly. Alan is back. Chris, I did in my donut purchase for the group today. It was an Alan Lean. It's welcome back donuts for Alan. You did not like my donut selection.
No, it's your donut selection was fine.
I did get one specifically for you,
which I appreciated. Yeah. He whines that there's not enough plain donuts.
By plain, he means just the regular classic glazed.
Yeah.
And I think I have 4 in there out of 12.
Which is too many.
What would have been appropriate? Like 2? 2 for Alan? Yeah. Hopefully.
See, when I go in there,
yeah,
I want to get something that everyone's going to say like, oh, I want to try that one.
And he does not say that, does he? When you bring in donuts, which
it's like,
I won't say which place I brought them from, but yours are classic place. What you bring.
Marie's Donuts. Yeah. I'm always going to rep Marie's Donuts.
That's fine.
But Alan is always like, why didn't you get any donuts for me? No one likes these donuts.
Meanwhile, I think he's going to have all 4 of these glazed, which is good. And I got 1 or 2 jelly filled. You are not a fan of jelly filled. That's
crazy. No.
Dave took here. I actually have an issue with Dave, who left already. He took both of the sprinkles, which is fine. But the second one, I was sitting over there. It was when Dave was here, and he's like, he had taken one bite and then just chucked it in the trash. I'm like, Dave, just either leave that half for someone else, or it's like you're maybe done with it.
No need for this.
Yeah. Done with it.
This donut is good, but filling.
Way too much. Too much. All right, What's on Deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. A whole lot of baseball today. I love it. Let's start with the first game today. Tigers versus Guardians. Skubal. Tarek Skubal's pitching for the Tigers. Chris, this is a 3-game series played in Cleveland. Who would you, if it's Chris's world, and it is, who would you like to see win that? Not who you're going to pick, but who would you like to see win? Tigers or Guardians?
You think I'm going to say Guardians because they haven't won in such a long time, but Tigers also haven't won. They haven't won in my lifetime, so I guess I was a month old. So I'm going to go with
84 Tigers. Okay. Tigers, they're separated by 1 game.
Ooh, are we going to do King of the Hill?
What's
to figure out what my because I just like randomly said the Reds. But should we do King of the Hill to where we go through each one?
Okay, how do we do this again?
So it's like this team versus this team.
So you have Tigers, Guardians, you've taken the Tigers.
Yes.
Okay, so Tigers
so
are King
now,
of the
like
Hill.
in this imaginary postseason, we have to pick who I want to win to get to a World Series champion, and that will be my team.
Okay, so right now we'll stick with the American League. So Tigers,
right now
Guardians,
it's Tigers.
Tigers representing the American League. Then we'll stick there at 3:00 today. Red Sox, Yankees. You would say Red Sox. Red Sox, Tigers. Or wait, do we have to go to the actual?
Yeah,
who
like
they
what the
play?
bracket would be.
Okay, so the Tigers would get the Mariners.
Tigers.
Okay, so the Tigers are in the ALCS according to Chris. Red Sox would get the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, Tigers.
Tigers. That would actually be kind of a fun ALCS.
Blue
They're right
Jays,
next
Tigers?
to each other.
Okay.
Did you know that Detroit is actually north of Canada?
I did not. Yeah. All right, so the Tigers are representing the AL in your King of the Hill. Let's go with Reds, Dodgers. You've already said Reds. Padres, Cubs.
Padres.
All right.
Left, so.
What's that?
He left, so I could say that.
Yeah. The Reds would then get the Phillies.
Reds.
And the Padres would get the Brewers. Ooh.
Brewers.
All right, Brewers, Reds.
Reds. Oh, I think I already did this.
So you have Reds, Tigers.
Reds, Tigers, and I would want the Reds to win.
Okay. So today you got Tigers, Guardians. You got to watch that one closely. That's starting soon. Your team, your Detroit Tigers. Yeah. Padres, Cubs. You had the Padres advancing. Red Sox, Yankees, and Reds, Dodgers. Blake Snell's going against Hunter Green. The Yankees have Crochet versus Fried in that Red Sox series. Pivetta versus Boyd, and then this is Skubal versus Williams. So yeah, Major League Baseball postseason is here, and the other thing that's weird about baseball, it is the one sport. I mean, they play basically every day. They'll have a day off here, a day off there. The teams that have to wait till this weekend. Yeah, you're going to get your pitching staff lined up. You're going to have home field in that next round. But sometimes not playing in these other games can be impactful. I mean, you have that many days off. They'll have played Sunday and then not till this weekend. But these are all, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, I think they're all Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, they are. So everything will be either wrapped up Wednesday if they're sweeps, or Game 3, if necessary, will be Thursday. And I do think they did that right. Like, there's no travel in this. It's all 3 games with the Reds, Dodgers, if 3 are needed, are in L.A. All 3 games are in New York for the Yankees. All 3 are in Chicago against the Cubs. And all 3 are the Guardians. How about, okay, let's do it this way. Of the 4 series that are going on today, and you and I could get to any of them, would you want to go to the Tigers in Cleveland against the Guardians, the Padres at Wrigley Field against the Cubs, the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium, or the Reds at Dodger Stadium? So now it's not necessarily, it's about the park, the atmosphere.
What was the second one?
Padres, Cubs at Wrigley.
Padres, Cubs.
I was thinking that too. Like, honestly, it's funny, as much as I'm a Yankee fan, if it was Yankees at Fenway, I would pick that. I'm a bigger fan of Fenway than I am of Yankee Stadium, especially new Yankee Stadium. Fenway's amazing.
How, tight are the seats?
At Fenway?
Yeah.
It's very tight.
Because, I went to the Giants game a few weeks ago, and, I've got big shoulders. There was another guy next to me with big shoulders. We were
oh, were you really tight?
I was we had to switch spots to where okay, I'm filling most of your seat and you're filling most of my.
Yeah. The first time I went to, so I've only been to Fenway twice. It was 2 games in a row. No, 3 times now, actually, now that I think about it. So one trip.
Big Sox guy.
Yeah, I went twice. So it was one game and then a game the next day. But then my first seats, Chris, were in the not in right field, but the first baseline, but way down closer to the right fielder. But imagine I'm sitting facing the right fielder. That was what was weird. The seats were, you would think they would be kind of turned towards home plate a little bit, but you basically had to turn your body to watch the pitch as opposed to where you were lined up to sit. That to me was weird. Then we sat in the outfield, and then one other time I went, we were further back, kind of behind the first base dugout. So, yeah. Of the places, I have not been to Cleveland Stadium. I've been to Wrigley, been to Yankee Stadium, been to Dodger Stadium. They're all good. They're all a little bit different. What?
Dodger Stadium.
You didn't like it?
No.
You've been to Dodger?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't been to it.
I won't go.
Why?
I didn't know this until recently. My cousin's mother-in-law, they moved her house as a kid to build Dodger stadiums.
Oh.
They took a whole bunch of people's houses
That I didn't
to build
know.
it
Back
there.
in the whatever year that was, way back when. Okay.
Find out why it's called Chavez Ravine.
Okay.
You might be a little upset.
All right. I'll do that. I'll find out. Wrigley's cool. Yeah. I still like to do it. I still like to get to all the stadiums if I could. I'm a long way away from that, though.
Wrigley's got just a great. What's bad is I went to Wrigley Field before I turned 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Chicago, and it was in November, so there's no baseball going down. But we went to Wrigleyville, and like all like the little bars and spots around there. It's like, oh man, I wish.
Yeah, if you're older.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good experience. They were into it. That'll be a great series. Actually, I honestly think the Padres can win the whole thing.
We might just win the whole darn thing.
Their lineup is good. Starting pitching is pretty good. Their bullpen's unbelievable, and the bullpen seems like it's the most important thing come playoff time. It can be. I think the Padres are really dangerous. Watch the Cubs sweep them, but I think the Padres are good enough to do it. That's a team I'm watching. The teams that have the bye, obviously the Brewers and Phillies are good. Phillies are really good. That's going to be a tough team to beat. And then the Mariners and the Blue Jays. I think the AL is wide open. I really do. So we'll see how it all goes. But that's what's on deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. All right, break time for us. When we come back, we're going to check in with Alan Stiles. He is back. I know he was out at the arena yesterday, the practice facility.
I've got some things on my mind about Alan.
Oh, Chris has some stuff for Alan. There were some threats thrown at our show's way. We thought we were being very good teammates. I think that's being in question. We will talk with Alan, see what he's got coming up in store, and we got celebrity birthdays all straight ahead here on Sacktown Sports.
The Alan Stiles Show.
Brock's bro, Chubba, he's on Nevada and wasn't great. Why didn't we ever hear about him? You answered your own question, Jeff, because he's not very good. Look, man, it's your 5th year at UNR. You are now Preston. Not calling you Chubba. How old is he?
He is 24 years old, a 6th-year starter, never won a college football game.
We use your government name.
You can listen to the Alan Stiles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with a Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up, or when you store. Start with Stable.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. If you're wondering whether or not you can afford a Mercedes-Benz car, I'm here to tell you you can. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has affordable vehicles which fit nearly any budget. And right now, they're running special deals, including low rates on select new vehicles and leases, including, get this, complimentary 3-year prepaid maintenance on select models. You can't beat that. And they also have you covered with customer cash on their eSprinter vans. And if you're a business owner, you gotta listen to this. You may qualify for thousands of dollars in tax deductions. So go see my good friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They are family owned and they offer fast and reliable sales and service. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is just a short drive right off I-5 or anytime online at mbfstockton.com. And while you're there, tell them Drape sent you.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
He's back in studio.
Feels good. Feels good.
Feels great, baby.
Feels great, baby.
How are you?
Great. Great.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like there's something behind that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you were going to do because everyone is, how's the sleep? You know. How's the sleep going?
No, instead, you just started making crazy accusations about our show.
What are you talking about, Chris? You already said this off the air. Why don't you just say what you want to say?
You said we're stealing guests yesterday.
I did not say stealing guests. I said hoarding.
You said yes, and then you said, oh, more that you were hoarding guests.
Yes, because you were.
How many guests did you have on your show? You have 9?
Give or take.
Oh, and
so
we had 5.
You led the station in guests.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quality guests. Good stuff. Good radio over there.
You only got starters, though.
Not true.
Not true at all.
No. We got one that...
This would be big news, though, if we did.
Yeah, you're right.
If we found out.
Yeah. It would be shocking news if one of our guests was a starter, but that's okay.
I'll have to rehash that.
Okay. If you... So I think we figured out you had 9.
I had 9.
Yes, which is phenomenal. You were live.
I'm live. I'm live.
It's popping through. And
exactly.
Yeah, let's go. We had 5. I think the drive guys ended up with 4, which I wasn't sure how many they'd get. But I know, assisted in giving 2 your way.
Yes.
1 their way. And then
their way?
Yeah. Because we were going to have Schroeder. And it was getting really close.
This is ridiculous.
What?
You were going to have the whole starting 5.
Well, he wasn't even. It was like right at the end. It was almost 2. You were just signing off.
Right.
We were going to stick around, and then like Whitey kind of said, like, "Wow, it'd be nice if." So that's fine. And then they ended up getting Schroeder, Maxine, which he must have come back out. I actually thought you had him.
Yeah, he was out there for a while.
He was, and then I never saw. Actually, I lost track of him. Neek and Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they had a good cast.
Yeah,
they had a good cast. Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't have any problems.
Oh, okay.
No problems over here.
Oh, so you had no problems with us, quote, hoarding guests.
I would like to talk to Keegan Murray before my daughter turns 18.
Was Keegan your number one choice?
I don't know about that. I mean, only because I've never talked to him before.
Okay.
Right? I think maybe we might have had a quick one.
He wasn't
practice.
on the show after practice?
I was going to say maybe after practice, but
Oh, so you have talked to him.
it's a little different.
Oh. So your problem is that we had a guest that you've had on before.
It's not the same.
When you're,
it's just a different vibe on Media Day. The hope.
Yeah.
There's so much hope on
you
Media
want
Day.
me to tell your daughter or you to tell your daughter that, yes, you have talked to Keegan Murray before she turned 2?
I mean, talk. I didn't really get to
Define
chop it
talk.
up. Yeah.
He wanted to chop it up.
I wanted to chop it up.
Yeah.
I want to say, hey, married guy over here, huh? Where did he honeymoon?
We got into more of his wedding, not the honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was dancing, and the way he described it, which will air tomorrow, but he described it as, I got into a rhythm about 9:00.
Okay.
Like, you sound like you're a shooter. Like,
Yeah. Right. It's your wedding.
Yeah. I got into a rhythm, so I started dancing at 9. All right, Keegan.
But there is, you're doing a lot on your wedding. Everyone's there. And
wedding's chaotic.
You got to, and I love it because you're just talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And they're there for you.
Right.
I make them clap.
You love your wedding because it was all about you.
Us. We're a unit now. We're a unit now.
I was slipping the tongue.
Yeah, we're a unit now.
Okay.
Okay, this is how I describe you, Alan. And I just need you to know this. You are the most only child person with a sibling that I know.
That is not true. That is not true.
What's your defense? Just that it's not true?
No, I mean, this is...
The whole world revolves around Alan.
It doesn't revolve around me. You have to be your own main character, right?
Well, you are.
Oh, you are the main character. You're like one of those Eddie Murphy movies where
he
you
plays
play
everybody,
all the
17
characters.
people. I just don't know. I come back here. Dave decides he's out of here, which is hilarious to me. And, this energy, I'm showing Christopher Ladd these D2 Mighty Ducks TikToks. And I thought we were on one accord.
Yeah.
And we're on 2 chords.
Oh, we were not on the same one when I heard that we were being accused of stealing.
You were laughing.
guests.
You could see you and Chris Watkins. It was knee slappers.
Me and Chris Watkins were laughing. That means we were stealing guests
That means you
specifically
knew-
from you.
It's a bit of a bit, but also not a bit. Come on, Jason gets it. Jason brought in donuts. Everyone's having a good time, Chris.
I'm pretty sure Dave's listening too. I'm
he's
getting some texts.
What about today? What are you re-airing any of your? What was your personal greatest hit from yesterday?
I mean, Malik Monk is always just the most open from the guys that I've talked to.
Yeah.
So that's not everyone, but from the guys that I've talked to, from the guys that I've talked to. So Malik, I've had high expectations for, and somehow he exceeded
he said
them.
some stuff.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Keon even snuck in a little something about them picking up the option. It was not direct, but we knew what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Scott Perry and, just kind of asking him about.
Oh, it's really terrible about us giving you Scott Perry is he's only like 2-3 minutes with you yesterday?
No, he was a while.
Oh, so you had a good long interview with
This
the
guy,
GM.
we're trying to move forward, Chris. Who else did I have? I really liked
Eubanks,
Eubanks.
McDermott.
Yeah, Eubanks, getting to talk to Eubanks. It's always fun to talk to the new guys. So getting to talk to Eubanks and I got to think off the top of my head. But today we're playing Scott Perry, of course.
Nice.
And that's at 12. And then we're playing Malik Monk at 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And we have more that we will be sprinkling out throughout the week. But Kyle, I know Kyle's favorite was Drew Eubanks because, again, I think, getting to talk to some new people is always fun.
Before we get to celebrity birthdays, who would you like to see in the World Series?
Man,
Your preference.
You know what? And the numbers have been great. I don't know if you saw that, but baseball viewership outstanding. So, I love that. I'm always just a fan of baseball itself, and I want people to watch. So I've been trying to push for Phillies Yankees for a couple years now. I'll do Phillies Red Sox, but I just want big brands in there. And my friends out there in Philly, I know they got one a while ago, but they've been choking ever since. So I really want Philly to get there for the National League. And for the American League, give me a big brand. I'm sorry, Guardians. No thanks.
Tigers, Mariners, no.
I'm cool. Oh, I would do – no, not Team Nepo. We're not doing the Blue Jays.
All right.
I forgot they were good this year, but I would do Mariners, of course.
Okay.
It's Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah. Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr., Mariners. I'll do Mariners, Phillies, Yankees, Phillies, Red Sox, Phillies.
Okay.
And, of course, not the Dodgers.
I was going to say that's about as big a brand as you can get, but you're done with them.
If you're giving me number 2 for National League, I would go Padres.
I think they can do it, actually. They're really good.
But
Bullpen's
we say
great.
that every year.
I know. Phillies, too. There's a lot of good teams.
But Brewers, I'm cool. Go watch the Packers or something.
Wow. All right.
Go tie a game.
It's time for Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Hey, guys, on this date, September 30th, in what year did the television show Cheers come out? Ugh. Yeah, before both of your times.
But how far back? I mean, I don't know. I might sound crazy, but I don't know. I'm just going to say 74.
82.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Christopher Laud, 1982.
Don't make that sound, Chris, and then get it right. He's like, ooh, then gets it right on the nose.
Well, maybe you'll get this one right on the nose. Happy birthday today to T-Pain.
Shall I eat? Older than you think. Man, but how old? He's been around for a while, man. I'm going to say T-Pain.
I'm on a boat.
I'm going to say, this is a tough one. I'm going to say 43.
45.
Alan's closer, 41. Kieran Culkin, Macaulay's brother.
From?
Signs.
No, the billionaire one.
Home Alone.
The one now, I know what you're
Home Alone
talking about.
2.
No, Succession.
Thank you.
Is he older or younger?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go based on... Yeah, I'm just going to go... No, it wouldn't. I'm just going to go based on just vibes. These guys are always older than you think, man. It's tough to get into acting, Jason. I'm back, you know? I'm going to say he's 38.
40.
Chris is closer, 43. Let's go with...
Fuller was older than me?
Let's go with Pac-Man Jones.
He's still boxing.
I don't know. Last one here.
Okay.
Break the tie. It's
38.
1-1. Oh, 38 for Chris?
Yeah, it's probably spot on. These 39.
Alan, slightly closer, 42.
Come on, baby.
There you go. All right, that's it for us. Thank you so much for listening and or watching. We're back tomorrow morning at 6. But Alan Styles, you got a big show coming up.
Do.
That's coming your way right now, right here on Sacktown Sports. See ya.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh, my.